Is it? I don't know why my mic wasn't working for a second. All right, can't hear me? Yeah, I have no idea why my mic for a second, it glitched out. It wasn't like I wasn't on mute, guys. I promise you, literally, I did a video right before. I was actually editing a video right before I started my stream. I don't know why my mic was glitched out, but my mic glitched out. Anyway, what is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the PE Live JoJo Friday. Oh my gosh. It feels good to be back. It feels good to be here. It feels good to talk to you guys after, I wouldn't say a day off, because I definitely didn't have a day, or did I take a day off? When was the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal? Oh, was that the 16th? Yeah, that was yesterday. Well, it felt like I did because I didn't stream at night. I just streamed really early in the morning. Like, it was so crazy. Let me tell you guys. Literally, I was up. I was already up. I went to sleep early, and I was already up waiting just to see when that announcement was gonna drop, man. It was so crazy. So I'm glad that I was up. I'm glad that I was up and I was able to catch it. I got ready. I ran to my computer. Literally, it was like 5 a.m. my time. I'm screaming, oh my gosh, they announced it. My wife was like, what the heck are you screaming about? She's like, what are you screaming about, bro? And I'm like, they announced the Switch 2. I gotta go stream. And she's like, oh, whatever. So, man, it was so crazy, bro. It was just a crazy day. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about here. We got a lot to get into. Likes, dislikes, good, bad, this, that, crazy stuff that's being said online, not crazy stuff. Like, it's all over the place, and I love it. Like, I live for the moments like this, man. I really do. I really do live for it. So, because it's so much fun. It's so much fun to go over everything that's happened so far. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into the Nintendo Direct. Apparently, that's gonna be happening next month for the Nintendo Switch Uno. Nintendo Switch 1 should be getting Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Switch 1 is not done. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we still got more Nintendo Switch 1 stuff to go over. So, yeah, that's gonna still, that's a thing. That's still a thing at this point. Nintendo Switch 1 is still a thing. So we're gonna talk about that and more. Shout outs to, let's get to the shout outs though. Shout outs to my man Dior. The man, the myth, the legend, always here. He's at least always trying to be here. You know, he's trying to be here. You know, he's trying to be here as much as possible. Big love to Dior. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Oh, snap. And first, JOJO of the stream, Justin.
The excitement is still strong. The Eurogamer thing is hilarious and people online don't really understand how good new magnet, or they think it's the same as refrigerator magnet.
Yeah.
Lol.
That's why the hands-on experience, Justin, is going to be super important. So people are going to ask the necessary questions. And people are going to be able to get their hands on to actually play the system, you know? So people are going to try to definitely break those Joy-Cons. And if it's loose, or if it's hard to break, or if it's something, oh, we'll definitely hear about it, you know? So that's the whole point. The whole point is to get hands-on time, and to get, not only for hands-on time for the consumers, but also for the content creators, so they can let people know about stuff. So yeah, man, like it's going to be great, dude. Shout outs to Justin with the first JOJO of the night on JoJo Fridays. Yo, I appreciate that. Let's play it. Yes, sir. Big love though. Appreciate that, Justin. You went on the Hokage Street. Anybody does 10 or more, you can type or pass my man Justin. I didn't see an SD card on the Switch. There's definitely a Express SD card on there. Howard, you just missed it. Let's see here. Audio has came back. We back. Yo, Vatsen is here. What's good? Reptile. What's up, Reptile? Dior. What is good, Dior? Welcome. Party Man Kart. Let's go, Party Man. The connector looked dangerously prone to wear and tear. I don't know why people, I think people are just, you hear somebody else say that and then you just say it yourself. There are other Joy-Cons or other controllers that use magnets, and they are not susceptible to wear and tear and just breaking off. One of the Lenovo Legion Go uses magnets or something like that. I didn't hear a soul say anything about that. So I think we're gonna be okay. I think we'll be all right. I think people are just saying it because other people are saying it, or just because of the Joy-Cons just in general, like Nintendo Switch Joy-Con 1, like the rails and stuff like that. But we're gonna have to wait until we actually see what the material is about and all of that. Then we'll kind of know from there. I don't know. I don't necessarily think that something's gonna break or whatever just by looking at it.
And also I saw DJ KING kinda get ratioed on Twitter cause he tweeted about how he doesn't like Nintendo, only teased about Switch 2 and told us to wait for an announcement, lol. Also man, some of these weirdos go full revisionist on SW2.
Oh man, he got ratioed on Twitter because he doesn't. I mean, there are definitely people that wanted stuff sooner, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with wanting something sooner. I think that the Nintendo Switch 1 Direct is the reason why it's in April too. One, they're following the Nintendo Switch 1 timeline, but also two, there's a Nintendo Direct next month as well. So there's also got to separate those two. That's it with the 10.
Fridays, the system was awesome. I actually like the gaming shot of the new Mario Kart.
Yes,
so
sir.
This has been a great week so far.
Yes, sir.
And great new year.
Yes, sir.
Nintendo is swinging heavy right now, and I cannot wait to see the next one. Music F-Zero GX, any track.
Yes, sir. I got you. F-Zero GX, I got you. Thank you so much for the 2 JoJo's tonight. JoJo Fridays. Off to a huge start. Vincent and Justin, the elite ninjas, the homies coming through. Anybody that's 10 more, you can tie up or beat out Justin and Vincent, not to be confused with you know who. The Tapish one. Yo, Vlad, yo, thank you so much, Mr. Vincent. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate you like always. You know I do. If I can stop hitting my caps lock. If I can stop hitting my caps lock. All right, and just type your name. Big love. 23 on the board. Let's go. JoJo boys in the house once again. Play it. Yes, sir. F-Zero GX music. You got it. I'm going to play some Kirby music for Justin as well. F-Zero GX. We're going to play some Mute City. Micro SD card slot was shown. It was shown. He just missed it. It's okay. Yo, what's up, Rock from Bermuda? What's good? Party man, Monado. I was living in Japan in your hotel room. Yo, let's go. Lion Star. Nam Omar was good. Welcome to the stream. OJ, we ain't seen you in like 40 years. I know, seriously. Paul Gale, I hope you got in. I did not get in just yet, but I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to pull some strings to get in. Yo, Yak Diesel, what's up, Yak? Been a while. Reptile, the only thing I'm slightly worried about is the piece that sticks out of the Joy-Cons attached. That's the metal connector. It's been exposed. But other than that, it looks amazing. Yeah, I'm not really too worried about something that we don't have hands-on with yet. So, I mean, like, once we actually get hands-on and once we see how strong it is or not, I don't really worry about, like, oh my gosh, that looks weak. Like, oh my God, no. Like, I don't really worry about that stuff. It's like, we don't have it yet. We need to wait and see. And then once we actually wait and see, then we can go like, oh no. And then Nintendo's going to get sued again. Or we can just send it in and they'll fix it again. Whatever the case is, right? Or there'll be third-party ones. Whatever. I mean, like, those are things that, like, I don't really care about. I care to get all riled up about before the system's even launched. Once it launches, then if there's an issue, then we can like cross the bridge when we get there. But there's no point in sitting here and going, wow, like before, like, you know, right now, like, nobody, we've never played it. We haven't seen it. We haven't played it, or we haven't played it yet. We haven't like got a hold of it. So sometimes things are deceptively looks, oh, that's weak, but no, it's actually pretty strong. Or, oh my God, that's bad, but no, it's actually pretty good. So that's why I don't really get all crazy. Or I don't fly off the handle off of like stuff like that. That's just me though. I know other people feel differently. They always are like, oh my God, that's gonna break, or oh my God, that's gonna be bad, and you know, and stuff like that. I'm like, let's wait. Then we get it. Once we actually hold it, all that, then we'll go from there. Cause like, it's either it's like that and we're screwed, or it's like that and it's fine. So there's like two other ways. Like there's no in between, you know. Like, it's either it's like that and oh my God, Nintendo's dumb and stupid and everyone's smarter than them because why the hell would they make that? Or it's like, you know, or it's fine and everyone's just flipping out for no reason. So why flip out or why be worried about something right now? Who cares? Like once it comes out, then we'll see, you know. Let's see here. Can you see my comments? I can see your comments, Mr. Davis. What's good? I wish people. I don't mind people complaining beforehand. If people want to complain beforehand, that's fine. Complain. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that too. If you want to complain, there's nothing wrong with complaining beforehand. But yeah, I do agree with some things. It's probably just better to like actually get it or like get hands on first before you say it's a problem, you know. But you know, whatever. Yo, so that's the Jacob just like with the $10 says Joe. Hey, I appreciate that. Yes, sir. JoJo Friday, let's get it. Just another $10.
I really like the direction they are going with the Mario Kart character design.
Oh,
it looks so fresh and refreshing.
Did you guys see all the the comparisons, Justin? All the redesigns? Like literally every character's model has been completely changed. Like I know it was kind of hard because people are looking at the graphics and saying, "Oh, it's not the graphics," but I'm telling you, when it's in front of your face, when you see the little details, there's little details in there. Like for example, like when Mario goes over the like a little bump. You can see like his hat kind of flop up and he's like, oh snap. He looks at his hat going up, like little tiny details that are gonna blow you away in this new Mario Kart. Bumping it up to 24 carts. I mean, obviously you need double the processing in order to get that done. So more than double and also to have the huge open-ended areas or open world or whatever, not open world, but open areas like it shows. Like, oh my gosh, bro, I'm so excited. There's also, I caught something, or at least somebody on Twitter caught something. It looks like there's going to be some type of gas gimmick in the game. Like, it looks like gas, like there's like fuel tanks on the left side of Mario's cart. So on his right side, our left side looking at it, at least from the camera angle, but it'll be on the right side when you're driving. It looks like there's definitely fuel tanks that probably dictate your top end speed or not. And looks like you might have to do pit stops, because if you look at the beginning or the first where you start out, there's like a side pit stop area, like a little item. So maybe you have to refresh or something like that. So it definitely seems like there's a fuel tank gimmick in the game, some way, some shape, or how, you know. So also, Justin, think of another JoJo. Thank you, Jacob Jessback as well. Yo, 43 on the board already. Yo, JoJo's piling up. Let's go, JoJo Friday. Let's get another one for my man. Let's get it. All right, we got Fountain of Dreams. Fountain of Dreams. I like how the designs match more of the 2D Mario illustrations. I love the artwork done by. Yes, I agree. The artwork is really dope in the game. Is it Mario or Luigi movie design? I don't think it's a Mario or Luigi movie design. I think it's just more of just like a general Mario design. It kind of matches, yeah, some of the artwork from the old school, but I don't think it's really a Mario or Luigi design from the movie AAA job. Donkey Kong definitely seems like more of the movie Donkey Kong, but I don't think the Mario and Luigi are from the movie. But I mean, that's just me. It's weird that they didn't show high-res footage. We all know Mario Kart footage is early. We don't even know it's going to be at launch. I mean, it's YouTube compression. So, I mean, I don't know what high-res footage they were going to have if you're making a rendered trailer. So the problem is that when you're making a rendered trailer and then you're putting an actual gameplay or early footage or prototype footage from the render and then putting that into a CG, then manipulating it, and then through YouTube compression, it's not going to create anything that's like super, super high quality unless you digitally alter it, unless you like enhance it or like you do something to it, right? So if you do that, then people are going to be like, oh, does it really look like that? You know, and all that. So I can understand why it was like that at first, but once we actually get the hands on and once we actually get it into our rooms or into our living rooms, it's obviously it's going to look way better. What's up, Ice Sizzle? Shout outs, man. I don't know if you saw it, but I know they low-key already showed the box for Switch 2 on the website. Yeah, we already know what the box is going to look like. I'm using it like in the thumbnail. So yeah, we kind of already know that. Let's see here. Also saw Mudar video. Funny, he thinks Switch 2 is great and do well, but he thinks PC handhelds will keep Switch 2 at the edge. I don't know what keeps Switch 2 at the edge. I don't know what that means. What up, OJ? Hope you're feeling better. I'm feeling better, man. Virus is pretty much gone. I feel pretty much, I'm like 95%. Like I feel a little bit of sniffly, but you know, outside of that, I feel great. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Ice Sizzle? Shout outs, man. Pit stop similar to F-Zero for Mario Kart would be sick. Yeah. It looks like there's some type of gas gimmick in the game. Now, there might be a mode, but it looks like that's the standard cart, right? So I don't think it's a mode. I think that there is some type of gas gimmick in the game, you know? So we'll see. I think that's definitely going to add like, hey, no more coins as items, right? So if gas determines your top end speed, if you're running out of gas, you're going slower. If you have gas, you're going faster, you know, and like how much gas you have and how that balances out with your carts and your wheels and your all of that stuff. Like that's definitely like cool. Like that would pretty much change the dynamics of Mario Kart. Mario Kart's been on the coin system for how long now? I mean, they've had it before in the past and they went away from it. Then they've like alternated using coins to dictate speed and not. So if they completely go away from that, I'd be very happy because I am not a big fan of the coin system for speed, which, you know, it takes up an item box. Like to me, coins should just be something like you find on the ground, like Super Mario Kart, like the original. It's like, yeah, you just run over. It shouldn't be like an item, you know? So yeah. Basically still think Switch 2 will be competing with PC handhelds, just like Review Tech. Yeah, I mean, did he give any sales numbers or anything to back up his point or anything like that? Was there any sales numbers that he revealed to show what he was talking about? Let's see here. Party Man Kart says, I have to say this about the game. What do you have to say about the game, Party Man? Kind of like the fuel system would be interesting. Response to complaints about the coin system. Exactly, Mr. L. Yeah, I've been completely busy with life recently. Good to be back. Good to have you back. You notice third parties already started to come out. The designer and director of Ori Blind Forest, Will Wisp. Yeah, talked about that. Well, I have a video where I talked about it, but I also tweeted that on Twitter. So I have that on there. And yeah, and that's one of the things that Jason Schreier said in our discussion with Nintendo Prime. We're like, yeah, Jason Schreier said like, hey, look, the reason why they just kind of put it out there, now third parties can simply just talk about their games. I mean, they can't talk about the hardware and like the gimmicks and stuff like that, but they can discuss what games they're bringing to the system now that there's an official announcement. So we are going to get third-party games announced for the Switch 2 very soon here. Like the next Assassin's Creed trailer might have Switch 2 logo in there. Like it legitimately, or like the next big, like you're going to see indie games. They're just going to do it. But like big games might start coming out saying, yeah, we're also going to have a Switch 2 version, you know? So yeah. Yoshi with the $5. Yo, what's up, Yoshi? I'm just glad we don't have to play the endless guessing game when we get details on the new hardware games. So tired of leaks. Exactly. That's another reason why this is a better thing than a not a good thing, because it's like we can finally just stop talking about, like, we can still talk about rumors. There'll be more rumors, but there'll be no more leaks on the hardware. It's like, okay, this is the hardware. Here's how it looks officially. We know this is the joint. Like, we don't got to be sitting here looking at leaks and stuff like that. So yeah. Shout out to Yoshi. Thank you for the $5. And also, J2 Blue with the Ninja Peach.
The best thing about today is the fact you ratioed Eurogamer. How the tables have turned, lol.
I was just biding my time and I was waiting. Basically, here was me. I was waiting with like a glass of wine, like one of those big, you know, wine glasses or whatever, like that where you hold it like this and it goes in between your fingers, you know, and it's like cupped like that. I had one of those and I was just waiting like this. I've been waiting like that. That's what I do when I turn off the you know, the camera. I just wait like this and I look at every single tweet Eurogamer does. I also have a built-in comprehensive tool of exactly when I can ratio Eurogamer, and it told me 2025, sometime early in 2025, you will get your opportunity to strike your revenge against Eurogamer. And I finally did it. I finally did it. And I know that they saw it. So I want to say Eurogamer for botting me back in 2016, which was a rightful body, by the way. By the way, I don't sit there and act like I didn't deserve to get clapped, okay? But I want to say I got you guys back. That ratio felt good, and I know you guys saw it. Don't act like you don't know who I am. Don't act like you haven't seen my tweets. Y'all been bitching about some things that I've done. Other people do the same thing. You don't get a problem. But if I do it, you got a problem. You know, the Digital Foundry dude, I forgot what his name was, that he was on the whatever. He's, oh, you can link the video. Bro, there'll be other sites that don't link nothing. You're okay with them because they're bigger than me. That's fine. I can take it. I'm a big boy. I get it. You know, I get it. Y'all big dogs, right? Millions of subscribers. Okay, cool. No problem. But I just want to say I'm glad that I finally was able to extract my revenge. Let's go. I'm just joking around, kind of. Let's see here. Shout outs. Thank you, J2. Thank you for the $5, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Wish they did the more cities for hands-on. Surprised Chicago wasn't one of them. Yeah, they ain't trying to get shot. That's the reason why Chicago wasn't. No, I'm joking. You can get shot in Los Angeles too. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't think they're gonna do too many of those just because it's a risky proposition bringing that system to, you know, you don't know what's gonna happen, and obviously there's other things to factor in. But yeah, it would have been nice. There definitely should have been maybe a couple more. But I mean, they've got, what are they? They got Texas. Do they got Texas? They got Texas. They got New York, and they got Los Angeles. So if you're in Chicago, or if you're in that part, you might want to go to Texas, or you might want to go to New York. It ain't too bad of a fly. So if you want to take a little vacation, and you got plenty of time to plan it. So, oh, of course not. He, like many other PC handheld fans, try to think the main appeal is Switch to play AAA games on the go. They argue that's many people, what many people want. Yeah, I'm down. Like, y'all let Mutahar know. Y'all let any of these PC handheld guys. I'm still waiting for a PC handheld person to come here and debate me on the market for PC handhelds and all that. I'm still waiting. So I don't watch these people's videos, but if you guys do, let them know that I'm down to have a civil debate discussion on PC handhelds. I am down. If there's anybody that wants to do it, let me know. Anybody that's respectable, not that bum that I debated about.
Here's some food
woke
for
games or not.
Steam Deck revealed trailers altogether has 1.8 million views in 3 years and 5.6 million from some other trailer they had.
Okay.
How much did Switch 2 have in a day? No offense to PC handhelds BU. Lol.
Yeah, I mean, like, I did see that, and I didn't want to put that into my video because I'm saving that for later. But I did do a comparison of the Xbox and PlayStation just so we can keep it Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. But I will do that later because these PC handheld people are annoying. They're really annoying. I'm not saying that you can't enjoy your PC handheld, but these are annoying people. Like, it's like trying to talk to somebody to say, like, you know, I don't know, like maybe like an American soccer purist that's trying to say, like, oh yeah, soccer's, you know, it's coming up, it's rising up to the popularity of the NFL in America. I'm like, no. Now, if you want to talk about other places or like worldwide or like football, you know, absolutely. But American soccer, no, it's not. Like, don't get me wrong, they're doing good. They're getting new people are watching American soccer. MLS is doing just fine. People like it. They you know, they get people to come out there and watch. But compared to American football, there is no comparison in popularity. Like, you know, although we don't have that many people as delusional but I'm saying it's almost like that comparison. It's like American soccer is a rising sport here in, you know, it's like it's getting more popular, but compared to what is already incredibly popular, which is, by the way, the NFL's incredibly criticized as well. Like, it's just not, there's no comparison. Like, it's not trying to be like fanboys, or it's not trying to be standoffish, or it's not trying to be smug. It's just the truth, you know? Let's see. Coins are seen on the track, but we don't know if they're items or in boxes, though. Oh, okay. Yeah, we need you for that analysis party, man. Big love to Justin with another JOJO, boys. Let's go. Justin out here with another one. Let's do it. Ah, feels good. Justin with the $30. Anybody does 30 where you can beat out Justin on the board. He's the sole Hokage. We got a two-way tie for the Stream Ninja. Anybody does 10 or more, you can tie up or pass up Justin and that set. Let's go. Do we still think that Mario Kart is going to be a launch title? Yes, I think Mario Kart's going to be a launch title. If Nintendo is willing to show Mario Kart first, it's absolutely going to be a launch title. You look back at, like, let's say the Nintendo Switch. They showed Breath of the Wild first. That was a launch title. They showed Metroid Dread with the Switch OLED. Obviously, that was a launch title for the Switch OLED. Now you have the Nintendo Switch 2. They're probably going to show whatever the game that they show first. It's usually a launch title. Jordan says, is this real? Is what real? Let's see. They would turn Switch 2 into Swiss cheese in Chicago. No, I'm just joking around. As many people get shot everywhere, bro. It ain't even just Chicago. I'm just messing around. Do we think that Mario? Okay, I already read that. My bad. Those PC handheld dudes are being insufferable. They have been seething. They're definitely seething about Switch 2 hype because, like, nothing's been PC. Because listen, the thing about it is that PC handhelds are so unhyped. They've got to sit here and bring up Switch 2 to try to hype themselves up about a PC handheld. Like, PC handhelds are so, there is so much not hype about them because they are, and anybody can be in denial. There are Nintendo fans, there are Microsoft, Sony fans, there are people in denial. But PC handheld people, they're in denial about how much they actually like it. Because a lot of hardcore PC people like graphics, they like power. PC handhelds are not that. Like, they're just not that. They don't give you what you want. Most of these guys want the best graphics, want the best fidelity. And on playing on the go was something that they all clown. They all clowned it. Now all of a sudden Switch got super popular. Steam Deck came out and it's like, oh, well, maybe I do like it because then I can play what I like anywhere. But it's still not what you want. And you know that's not what you want. After touting power and after touting all of this and that, and now all of a sudden it's not about that. Now it's about an 800p screen. Now it's about playing with Lenovo Joy-Cons. Now it's about looking on a small screen. I thought it was about monitors and mouse and keyboard and all that. That's what I thought. That's what PC's about. Now all of a sudden it's about handheld. It's like they're in denial about what they actually like. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of them, they just doing it because it's the fad. It's what they think is popular. Handheld, mobile, you know, Nintendo Switch. It's the fad in PC gaming right now, and it's to have that. But at the end of the day, they really don't care. Like, most PC dudes don't even care. Like, and that's what I'm saying with the reflection of the sales. Like, the hardcore PC guys, all these people that buy PC games, they're not buying PC handhelds like that. It's just a small niche of people that like to talk a lot and like to sit there and make up stuff. And like I said, I'm not trying to be, it's not nothing to do with fanboys. Trust me, guys, if Steam Deck is sold like 15 million or if it's sold a really good amount, I swear I'd be saying, yo, PC handhelds, man, they're coming up. It's this and that, but it's just not. They're not reporting those sales numbers. A lot of these dudes don't like to talk about facts. They like to talk about their emotions and their feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, they like to talk about what they think. It's not about what can be proven or what's known. It's about what they think, what they feel, what's in the atmosphere? It's like they like to touch and feel it in the sky or within their group of friends in their Steam community or on Twitter or on their Discord groups. It's not about what's actually happening. It's about what they feel. So that's why I don't take none of them seriously. I don't watch none of their vids. I don't take none of them seriously unless they want to actually bring facts to the table. Now, if you want to put your emotions with facts, then that's fine. Then that's objective. That's cool. You want to put how you feel with actual stats, then be my guest. I'm listening to you. But I still have not heard one PC handheld person put together facts and stats and sales with their emotions. It's just all their emotions. That's it. The graphics are better. It's this. It does this. I can play emulation. It's not actual. Okay, well, it's in competition. What are the numbers? That's all. That's it. That's the problem. Let's see here. That's all I get. Listen, no. Here's the thing. I want to make sure that I'm very clear here, boys and girls. There is nothing wrong with emotions. Emotions and the raw passion of player essence. That's what essence is. Essence is your emotion and your raw whatever for gaming. But at the same time, you can't just be saying whatever.
Also,
you know,
act like it's so easy to emulate Switch games, but what they don't talk about is how bad it is. Most games run terrible compared to playing it on the Switch.
You know, I hear so many different things because people will say, oh, I've done this and I've done this and I've overclocked this and I run that and it's better this and that. So, I mean, I don't really know because I don't really do it. But, I mean, I feel what you're saying on there, Justin. I definitely feel what you're saying on there when it comes down to it. But, yeah, I wouldn't really know just because I'm not really into that scene. I don't really care. Like, if something doesn't run good enough for me on Switch, then I'll just play it on PlayStation or Xbox. Or if it's just not there, then it's just not there. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I'll just, wait for Switch 2. But, yeah, I feel you on that one, though, man. Like, I get it for sure. I definitely heard some people say that. Let's see here. What month do I think the Switch 2 will be released? June. The way they talk about PC sales, you think they sold 100 million when Switch in 1 year outsells their lifetime sales combined? That's what I'm saying. Like, you would think that they've done so well, but they have not. Or how these PC, they say leaks ruined Switch 2 reveal, and the revisionists say how they missed old creative Nintendo. Oh yeah, I saw. That's when I what's it called? Ray showed Eurogamer. So yeah. But no, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having emotion. You can say, hey, I love PC handhelds. They're great to me that they outperform Switch or they do this and that. That's no problem. But the only thing where I kind of interject and I say, don't sit there and say it's like super big competition or it's like, oh my gosh, it's catching, it's going to do this. It's like, don't do all that because y'all did that in 2021. Y'all did that in 2021 and 2022 with Steam Deck, and what happened? That died out very quickly, right? That died out. So what happened to that? So the only problem is like when people try to do stuff like that. And I think it really comes down to, once again, it's about their emotions. It's about they don't like certain things about X, Y, or Z, Nintendo, blah, blah, blah. So therefore, I'm going to say this to try to spin a narrative. And that's really what it is. It's more of a narrative. But then again, it's their narrative that they have in their group that they see on their feeds or with their friends, you know? It's not like the actual, like, okay, here's what everyone's saying. It's almost like when you talk about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's like, you can do that. You're going to fall into a well of people that, and rightfully so, by the way, because there was a lot of issues with that game. But then you look at like the overwhelming amount of people that probably play and they're just like, yeah, I just want to fight that Pokemon, or I just want to play against my friend. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the game keeps selling. So I kind of look at it like that. Both sides aren't wrong. There is no right or wrong side unless you talk about the sales and facts. But in terms of your emotions or how you feel or your opinion when it comes to what you like, oh no, there's nothing wrong with that. You can like whatever the hell you want, you know? What's up, Donovan? Saying PS Portal is better than handheld on Switch 2. I mean, that's just opinion. Once again, there's nothing wrong with that. If somebody likes one thing over another, there's nothing. Remember, guys, we're not here criticizing people liking something more than something else. There's nothing wrong with that. You can like whatever you want. I mean, there's people that like, you know what I'm saying? All sorts of weird stuff. Look at House Gang. This dude's into penis monsters, you know, and that's fine. If that's what you're into, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Excuse my French, but he's really into that, like with the whole, you know, Shin Megami Tensei 5 situation, and that's fine. If you want to be into that, that's cool. I mean, it's weird, but it's cool. And you're allowed to like that. You're allowed to like it if you like that. But you know, we're not talking about in terms of like, there's no like right or wrong, you know. So yeah. I saw you debating some about PC handheld sales, and all I thought was that walking with one that MF is arguing about 1% of the pile of handheld PCs occupy. I know, seriously. So yeah. So it is what it is, you know. Um, so everyone's allowed to like what they want to like, you know. OJ, I know you've been busy, but you had time to play new DK. I have not had time to play DK Returns. Not had zero time because it just came out, what, yesterday? I was busy all day yesterday. I did not have time to go out or do anything today. I took my family out to eat. You know, I took care of my boy. So I had no time. I didn't have time to go on the Spawncast. Dude, I literally just got back not too long ago from going out to eat. We had a nice lunch. And then I went straight to edit a video that I was working on before I left. And then I went straight to streaming. So I've had literally no time to do anything today because I've been editing and I've been with my family and, you know, hanging out with my boy, taking care of my boy, and then straight back to here streaming. So I've had zero time to do anything. Yesterday, I literally went, after I was done editing, I went straight to sleep. I went straight to sleep because I edited 2 videos yesterday plus a stream. And I was up since like 4 a.m. So yeah. Listen, he says you really just be looking for a reason to bring it up. It just flowed so easily, House King. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean any disrespect by it. Honestly. It just flowed and it was funny. I'm sorry. But no, there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you like that, that's fine. That you like that. It's okay. But so anybody's allowed to like what they like, you know? But I'm talking about like facts, you know, like what I don't like is when people start saying like, oh yeah, it's like it's gonna do this, and it's like, well, what are the sales at? It's competition. It's taken away. Okay, well, what are the sales at? Oh, well, it's not about it. No. It is about that because you're talking about competition, you know? So that's my only issue. That's where I just disagree. So yeah, when you see the crowd for high school football versus soccer, it's evident soccer's far more is pretty much there. Only parents coming to soccer games. Yeah, I remember the soccer games when I was in high school. Yeah, there was nobody in those stands, man. It didn't help that it was freaking cold during soccer season. It was cold because soccer, at least when I played football, soccer started right as football was ending, soccer was starting, so it was right there and it was cold, you know, so that didn't help. But even if it's cold as heck, people still go out to, at least here in America, people still come out to football games. It can be below zero. You got those weirdos in Buffalo with their shirts off and all that. So yeah, man. Howard over the unsub. I know, man. If I were you, I'd be doing that too, bro. I think Switch 2 will be released before September. What's your opinion about that? I think it's gonna be released in June or July, but I'm thinking more June. I like the new character models so far. Yeah, the new character models are so good. I mean, that Campy guy, I wonder where he is now. I think Campy's probably still here, but no, that wasn't him that we were talking about. Says battery life on Switch 2 better be great. I think battery life on Switch 2 is gonna be around somewhere between Switch 1 and Switch Lite. I think it's going to be somewhere between Switch 1 and Switch Lite, or Switch 1 and Switch V2. Somewhere between there. I think it's going to be a bit better than Switch 1, but I don't think it's going to be quite V2 Switch or OLED Switch. I think it's going to be somewhere, like I said, between V1 and V2 Switch, which would be okay. Not great, but just okay. So yeah, do you think that the rumors of MGS3 Delta coming to Switch 2 are true? That'd be incredible in handheld mode. Yeah, I do. Check out my videos, Dash. I mean, we discussed that at length in my discussion with Nintendo Prime, and then also my video that I did afterwards. So yeah, that was Nate the Hate, by the way, who did that. The same guy who got the Nintendo Switch 2 will be revealed January 16th. He's the same person that put out Metal Gear Solid Delta. But I mean, it makes sense. Metal Gear Solid, the collection, was on Switch 1, so why wouldn't they want to have Metal Gear Solid Delta on Switch 2? I mean, it makes sense to me. We need a new DK game. 3D Switch 2 would be delicious. Yeah, I'd be down for a new DK game. Made a video about you. He's making me mad. You know him, GameStar. You need to call him. No, I'm not. Dude, I don't listen to GameStar. I don't know. I don't watch his channel. And yeah, I love the free advertising for my video, or for my channel, my videos. I've been getting a lot of new subs lately. So go on his channel and let him know thank you, that I appreciate him talking about me, and let him know how my how my whatever tastes from down there. Let him know, because he's gonna be making videos about me and nobody's gonna be making videos about him. So let him know that I appreciate him, and thank you. Tell him to thank you for keep on making me more popular while he's broke and unknown. So yeah. I know that he loves me, though. I know that he thinks that I'm cute and all that. So I know that he thinks that I'm good looking. That's something that I just know. So he likes me a bit. I know it's one of those things. It's like, you can't have somebody, so you envy them. Because I think he's been talking about me for a while now. He's been talking about me for a while. Justin with the $5 dono. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that. Let's go.
Also, no hate to PC handhelds. It just gets annoying how some people are. I have an Raj Ally X. Some days it's great. Other days I'm almost putting it on eBay. Lol.
Yeah, that dude's a weirdo. We're not even. Let's see it. Hold up. Who said you're good looking? Your mom, Projo. That makes sense, especially when you look back at the 3DS Snake Eater too. Exactly, 3DS Snake Eater, and all that. So yeah, I've been told that U.S. soccer is more of a girls' sport. That is definitely not true. Maybe like back like when you were younger, like kids with, I mean, back in the day, maybe people said that because like, oh yeah, masculine men play football, but absolutely not. Soccer is definitely not more of a girl sport. Not at all. I mean, there might be some weirdos that think that because football for boys, you know, but no, soccer is definitely a man's sport. It's a woman's sport. It's an anybody's sport. It's you need a lot of endurance and strength and lower body strength to play soccer. Not only to play it, but to be good, to be able to kick a ball and run for that long. It's definitely a sport that, you know, men and women can play, and it's not more of one or the other. You know, there's barely any sports that are. I mean, I would say maybe ice skating. The only sport I'd say maybe like ice skating. Like if I see a dude with his butt turning out and turning all around like that, no, hell no, I ain't watching that. I mean, no offense if you're into that or if you like it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't watching that, so I'm gonna say ice skating, yeah, but no, not soccer. You know, I ain't watching no dude twirl and spin around and all that. Like, you know, no, I ain't trying to watch all that. But, you know. No, so yeah. They say only because the USA women's soccer team doing better than the World Cup. Yeah, I don't know if that's the case or not, man. OJ, you growing your hair out, more fades on this side, come to the braids. Nah, I ain't growing it out. I just gotta go get a haircut, man. Donald D Nice, yo, thank you for the Twitch, or thank you for the subscription, appreciate that. And Jakin with the 76 months says OJ 2Q. Oh my gosh, Jakin, thank you so much. Yo, what's up, Ice Sonic? Yo, if American football is so masculine, why do American football players wear all these big shoulder pads and other sports though? Because it's direct contact, Yoshi. If they didn't wear shoulder pads and they didn't wear helmets and they did the type of direct head-on contact, literally everybody would die. Like they would die. When you're playing soccer, there is no real head-on contact. It's really more of like you're kicking each other at times in the shins and all that. So they wear, you know, like leg pads and all that, right? But you're not tackling people head-on with direct opposite force contact. Whereas like, let's say like you're not looking and like you got a ball, somebody can like hit you in the back of the head, you know, or actually they took that away, but somebody can hit you when you're not even looking and things like that. So you're going to need pads in order to protect yourself or in order to even be healthy enough to play. If people played with no pads, it would be a game that nobody would even be healthy. If you look over an NFL roster throughout the course of a year, damn near everybody is hurt because of how physical the game is. So if they took away pads, it would literally become a death sport. People would just die. Because there's been broken necks, people break their bones all the time. People break their, you know, people get obviously concussions, CTE. I mean, there is all sorts of problems with playing football, even with all the pads on. So that's the reason why. That's the reason why. If you took away pads, it would literally be deadly and probably be illegal to hit people the way that you hit people in football and not wear the pads. So yeah, that would just be a disaster. Absolute disaster. And no, rugby.
So if there's a new Star Fox, do you think there will be mouse control option?
I've seen rugby, and I'll get to that, Justin. I've seen rugby, and rugby does not have the same type of direct head-to-head, helmet-to-helmet, direct force contact as much as it does on every single play. Rugby doesn't have that. There's certain types of tackles that rugby does that's a little bit better. Yeah, there are some direct contact, but it's definitely not the same. Trust me. If rugby was the same, people would be dying on that field. If it was the same direct head-to-head contact, trust me, people would be dying. We've had rugby stars come over and try to play in the NFL, and you know what they all say? This game is way more physical than rugby. They all say it's way more physical than rugby. It's way harder than rugby. It's way more contact. They're hurt more often. So we've had rugby guys that play rugby come over to the US and say, I'm going to try. And they all say the same thing. Like, oh man, this is a whole different type of physicality, you know? But it's all good. Justin with the $4. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And let me answer your question as well. And he says, so there's a new Star Fox. Do you think there'll be a mouse control option? I think it's definitely possible for something like that. I think it's definitely possible for mouse control option for Star Fox or something along the lines of that. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I just checked. USA soccer team actually won the most championships after FIFA. Yeah, but I don't know if people say that's the reason why it's a girl sport. No, like it's more of a girl sport. I don't think that's the reason why. I think it's because of American football, you know. That's why we need OJ back on the Spawncast. A lot of people asking for you, OJ. That's so different than what I usually get. But yeah, I mean, I'll come back to the Spawncast when John decides to change the damn time to Saturday back to the time that where everyone actually wants to watch it. I can't go at it's 3 o'clock my time. Like I can't go to the Spawncast at 3 o'clock my time. I'm still editing. I'm still, you know, potentially, you know, taking care of my boy, or I'm with my wife. You know, it's just too early for me to go to Spawncast, and I have to get ready a little bit before that, right? So I got to be ready like at 2 something. Other times, you know, I'm with my daughter. You know, I'm with my daughter. I'm doing something else. Like I can't make it at that time. It's just too difficult for me. Like today, I was out eating lunch around 3. You know. So it's just unfortunate. I want to go back though, but you know, he has to change. I hope he changes the time back to Saturday. Let's see here. What are the chances of the Switch 2 for the Super Bowl ad? I think it's definitely 50-50 at this point. Do you think Metroid Prime 4 has mouse support? I think it might, but it's a Switch 1 game, so it might not. Like, you know, if you look at like Switch Wii U games that came over to Nintendo Switch, like Breath of the Wild, for example, that literally dropped some of like the dual support, and like it didn't have HD Rumble because Wii U didn't have HD Rumble. So I'm not gonna sit here and confirm and say, oh, I think it's gonna have that, when you know it might not. Shout outs to Justin with the $49. You're now the definitely the Hokage. Anybody else 49 or more, you can beat out Justin on the board. Thank you so much, man. We're already at a 78. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Noah and me on the house. 1 hour. Let's go. Shout outs, guys. Appreciate that. Let's go. Big love. 1 hour extension on the board. Let's see here. King says, will Switch 2 SSD storage be replaceable? They're gonna use micro SD Express, so you're gonna be able to use Express cards, which are an upgrade to SD cards. They're faster, much faster than regular standard SD micro SD cards. So the internal storage, I mean, it's probably not gonna be replaceable like the PS5, no, or like the Xbox, like with their own proprietary, probably not. But you're gonna be able to use Express micro XD cards, or SD cards. Sorry. Flame Clock. Yes, listen, I lost it. J2, stop. You're the only one who noticed. Leave it alone. Hi, LG, will you make a video about the big Donkey Kong controversy? I don't know. Is there what's the big Donkey? I'm not worried about Donkey Kong right now, guys. I played that game like 15 years ago. I reckon we'll get customizable controls for Metroid Prime 4 similar to how we got them in Prime. Oh yeah, that's definitely possible. Remember the Redskins player back in the 80s that had his leg literally broken half on national television? Yeah, that was Joe Theismann. Joe Theismann, yeah, he got his leg shattered into 5 billion pieces. Yes. It's not funny, but you know, yeah, that was it Joe Theismann? Not Joe Namath. Joe Namath is the Jets guy. We're gonna guarantee the victory. Joe Theismann, yeah, that was Joe Theismann. So yeah. It's his design. You mean like the Donkey, like for Mario Kart, the new Mario Kart game? Or are you talking about Donkey Kong Country? What are the chances? Okay, I already read that. Shout out to Shortable Self. Welcome to the stream. Lawrence Taylor knew that it was broken too as he hit. Oh yeah, he knew that leg was cooked. That leg was cooked. And the funniest thing is, like, I forgot exactly to the time, but like Alex Smith cooked his own leg, like almost like equidistant to the time. I forgot exactly. It was like 30 years, or it was like 20 something years, or not 20 something, but it was like however many years to the exact day that Joe Theismann got his leg absolutely destroyed. But Alex Smith actually came back and played. That was the crazy thing. And they thought they were going to have to amputate his leg. So that was wild. Oh man, 7 when that freaked me out to no end. Yeah. Yeah, football's brutal, man. It's a very brutal sport, and the guys that played back then, it was even more brutal for them. It's a bit safer now, but it's still bad, you know. Hope the Switch 2 will come in different colors like red or white. I mean, there'll probably be special editions, Melface Sky. So if you guys have Switch 2 questions, this is the time. Unload the clip. Unload it. Let me hear your Switch 2 questions, or I can answer whatever I can. It'll probably come in special editions later, like actual editions based off of games. But I don't think like there's probably going to be one model. That's it. There's going to be that base model. There probably ain't going to be more than one model. There's going to be one configuration, and that's that, you know? So yeah. 33 years exactly to the day? Yeah, 33 years exactly to the day that Joe Namath got his leg crushed. I saw a guy break his femur. You guys know what the femur bone is in your leg? Let me ask you something, Yoshi, anybody. Let me ask you guys, for those who know what a femur is, ask yourself if you'd ever want to break your femur. I've seen someone on a football field break their femur in real time. And it's not even like, I wouldn't say it's like common, but it's happened a number of times. It's the biggest bone in the body. And I've seen people on football break their freaking femur. Like, bro. I watched it in real time receiver go when we were playing special teams when I was playing semi-pro football in Fresno in about 2009. We were on this field in Dinuba, California, and we were playing on this nice turf, and we were going on special teams. They got them. I think it was a kick return. I was returning a kick, and I was running to the left. One of the guys' receivers, he was from up north where Josie lives, and he was playing, and he was blocking, and somebody came into the side, and I literally watched him, and I saw this dude's helmet go into this dude's leg, and I saw his whole thigh and his leg snap this way. In real time, as he was blocking one way, and the guy came and cut back and hit it and chop blocked him the other way. And I was like, whoa! And I was like, oh! And I was like, oh my God! And I freaking went, and I got tackled, and I got up in shock as I saw this dude's leg absolutely cooked. Like, and that's just one simple thing. It's so much worse than that. There's so much worse stuff than that, man. Like, football is crazy. It's a crazy sport. Let's see here. So yeah. Never seen a leg go. Oh my God, dude. His whole leg just went. It just went like, and then went. It was crazy. Broke his femur. They had to stabilize it and then bring the people on. Oh my gosh, it was wild, man. Never would you. I couldn't even imagine breaking a femur, dude. Like, what, dude? How does your femur break? Like, oh my goodness, playing football. It's definitely one of the strongest, if not the strongest, because it's the biggest. But yeah, his femur just snapped. It's not super common though to break your femur. Usually, like, you can break your leg, you can like fracture, you know, you can tear your ACL. Like, ACL tears are way more common. Like, where the little bindings or little snaps in between your knee just rip. Or just like tear in half. Like, that's way more common. It hurts like hell, but it's like, oh, you tore your ACL? Yeah, I tore my ACL, man. Like, yeah. It's like, tearing your ACL is like, oh, okay. Like, I definitely have a slight tear in my right ACL. I wasn't going to pay for the surgery. Like, they weren't going to pay for it, but I definitely have a slight tear in my right ACL. Like, I can feel it, but it's to the point, like, I don't play football anymore, so there's no point in getting it fixed. Like, there's no point. Like, but I definitely have a slight tear in mine. Like, that I never like fixed it or like rehabbed it back. Like, I never got it surgically repaired. You know, I just left it. So, let's see here. Crazy. I mean, to be honest, he actually recovered fully, but he never played football again, though. He never played football again. But yeah, he did recover. He can walk and he can run and he can do everything, but he decided to quit football after that. Let's see here. You see, we're getting the fight with LJ, kick the knee. I know, seriously. Oh man. Are you going to attend the Switch 2 experience? I'm going to try to attend the Switch 2 experience. I hope I got a ticket. So Mario Kart 9 has 24 players and battle modes is going to be nuts. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they do like the modes in the game. He had a player on our son's United full team broke his leg. First play of the season, really sad. Oh, man, that sucks, dude. At the beginning of the video, Nate mentioned that Kirby, Robobot, and Fire Emblem in his video. I think we're going to be getting Nintendo Direct the original Switch in February. Yes, Quinn Manning, that's definitely a good point. And I do think that we are going to be getting the February Direct, which is one of the reasons why maybe they did say, hey, let's put the Switch 2, you know, more games and all that. Let's put that in April, because we do have a Switch 1 Direct. We still want to sell you guys Switch 1 games or backwards compatibility Switch 1 stuff. So I always say if Bo Jackson can be injured like he was in the NFL, take anyone out. Yeah. No SSD hard drive with the Switch 2, right? No SSD. What it's going to be using, it's going to be using internal. They're going to have new type of flash memory that's super fast. I forgot what it was. So somebody in the chat that seemed like the leaked or whatever the case is. But yeah. But yeah. Jeffrey says if you ever have kids that are not playing contact sports, listen, man. You know what the funniest thing was? My sister said the same thing about her kids. And last year, Dak Prescott signed a $60 million contract per year to play for the Cowboys. And when I told my sister that, I kid you not, the next day I saw my nephew. He had a football, and he had a football in his hand, and he was throwing the football. And my sister was like, "Yeah, you know, you need to teach him how to play. We're gonna get him involved. You know, start him out with flag, and then he can play tackle later." I'm like, wait a minute, you just told like. You've been telling me for years that your kids are never going to play that. All of a sudden, I told her how much Dak Prescott got paid. I swear the next time I saw her, that boy had a football in his arm and he was looking like Joe Montana out there. He was throwing darts. And I'm like, wait a minute, what happened here? All it took was knowing that they paid Dak Prescott $60. Bro ain't even got to a freaking NFC Championship game getting paid $60 million a year. Oh, man, I'm telling you, man. You know what even is a better job without the risk of injury? Backup quarterback. Oh, boy. They paid that backup quarterback for the... last year, the Niners paid Darnold. They paid Darnold $4 million to hold a clipboard and to be and then they paid Dobbs this year. They paid him $2 million to he played one game. They paid him and a lot of games he wasn't even active. He was just sitting there with a baseball cap on the sidelines. Bro, sign me up. Sign my nephew up for that. Getting paid millions just to sit backup. Even if you're just good enough to be a backup, just, you know, be a backup for like 6-7 years. Get paid a few million and go on your way. Invest it and go on your way and go to do real estate or something like that, you know. So, I'm telling you, a lot of players these days, they're playing that in. They're like, man, I'm not going to tell you what quarterback it was, but when I was playing, there was a quarterback that was like, hey, man, I ain't even trying to play. He's like, all I'm trying to do is be a backup. And he actually made it. He's a backup now in the NFL. And it's so funny. We used to text a lot. We don't really text much anymore, but he used to tell me, he's like, hey, man, this is awesome. He's like, I'm just getting checks. He was getting paid $1.5 million to be the backup. And he was just getting checks to do nothing. He says he goes in, he does it, you know, he does his backup work, he does whatever. He doesn't get any reps with first team. You know, he just throws the ball around. He goes to, you know, he makes sure that the starting quarterback knows what they're doing for the game. He doesn't get hit. He wears a red jersey at practice. He travels. He gets the free food, you know, free cater, free also. He said it's the greatest thing ever. And he was a backup on the team. He was a backup on a team for 3 years before they moved on. Then he was a backup for another 2 years, and then he retired. He took the money, invested it all, got a nice little startup in San Francisco now, and is a boss, has his own team, does tech, and is completely set. You know what I'm saying? It's like completely set. And he told me that's what he was gonna do. He told me, he's like, yo, bro. He's like, I don't even want to play. I just want to be good enough to be a backup. And that's what he did. Made about $7 million after taxes, about $4 million or so. Invested it, doubled the money, and now he's living good. Now he's a boss, has his own stuff. So, he had a strong arm though. His arm was strong. He had a strong arm. He was a good quarterback. He just wasn't good enough to be a starter. But he knew that he was good enough because he had good size. He was 6'2", 6'3", good size, good speed. Ran a 4.5 40. You know, and knew that he was good enough to be a backup. And they were paying him. You know. Let's see here. Let's see. Backup QB. I want to be a backup kicker. Kickers don't get paid as much. There are no backup kickers. Usually there's only one kicker on a roster. So, yeah. Can't really be a backup kicker. I'm not going to tell you guys what team he played for because you'll be able to find out who it was. So I ain't going to tell you guys what team he played for because you'll definitely, you can look up people's contracts and salaries and stuff like that. You can just do it relative to yours. So I ain't going to tell you guys who it is. Or I'm not going to tell you guys what team he plays for. Let's see here. I want to know if you surprised the Nintendo Switch 2. The rumor is true because the first time Nintendo number, the next gen hardware, surprise. If it's a surprise, well, it's not really a surprise to me because, I mean, we knew that it was going to be called Nintendo Switch 2. But yeah, it's definitely something different. But as I've said before, with Nintendo, you know, going forward, like with the whole thing, they are on a new era. Like, it's not the old guard. Like, people think like, oh, they're going to keep on doing what they did before. Not really. Like, Furukawa, he doesn't mess around, man. He wants people to know that this is a sequel to the Nintendo Switch 2. That's the reason why the reveal trailer was showing the original Switch, showing how the new Switch is bigger, showing how the new Switch is this, like it's got new Joy-Cons, it's a new system, it's a new Switch 2. There is no confusion because that's what people are going to do. Like, if you call it Super Switch or if you, I guarantee you, if you called it Nintendo Switch Super or Super Switch, people would have said, is it an upgrade? I guarantee you, if you called it Nintendo Switch Onyx or Nintendo Switch Duper Pooper, if you called it whatever, Nintendo Switch Power Up, whatever you want to call it, I guarantee you there would have been articles and people saying that it's a new model, it's a pro system, it's an attachment, super attachment. I guarantee you. So there was no other option outside of the Call It 2. To be honest, there really was no other option. If he has kids, I wouldn't have to worry about playing them football. My Gen X geared towards being too small. Nothing actually being small. The funniest thing is about when it comes to pro sports, football is one of those sports that if you're small, it actually don't matter. If you're small, just be fast. If you're really small, that's okay. There's a bunch of guys that are 5'6", 5'7", not really big guys, but they're fast as heck. They can play in the NFL. Teach them how to catch. Teach them how to run. Teach them how to run real fast. If they go there and run a 4.3 40 and know how to catch and run, trust me, they will get their shot in the NFL. Trust me, they can be good. That's the thing about football. You don't got to be tall to be a good football player. It's not basketball. It's not hockey. You know, you don't need to be a big guy. You can be a little guy and be good at football. It's fine. I mean, yeah, you're probably not going to be a quarterback or like, you know, or you're not going to be a lineman, or a linebacker or a D lineman, right? But you can play any position outside. You can play defensive back, you can play safety, you can play receiver, you can play running back, you can play any skill position you can play. Even if you're tiny, you can be 5'3" and play running back or play whatever, as long as you're fast. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are Frank Gore is like 5'6", 5'7". He's a Hall of Famer. So there's a lot of guys Barry Sanders is a Hall of Famer. He was 5'7", 5'8". So there's a lot of Hall of Famers that are not very tall, little guys. I'm 5'6" and fast, but I only weigh 120. I was a track kid. Oh yeah, you're really small. I don't know if you can be 120 pounds and actually play in the NFL. You probably will get your whole body broken in half. But I mean, if you were actually playing football, you would have been lifting weights and eating more, you know, protein and all that. So, rumor 49ers is going to make Robert Saleh highest-paid defensive coordinator with Vic Fangio, who makes $4.5 million. I did hear about that. We'll see though if it happens. What's up, Anthony Cooper? Backup long snapper. There are no backup long snappers. So yeah, but being a long snapper is actually not a bad career either. Barry Sanders, not Bernie Sanders. Barry. Darren Sproles is only 5'6", 5'5", 5'6". Let's see here. 120, you're smaller than a dog. There are some dogs that are big, like a Great Dane or something like that. What's up, Egomaniac? What's up, Yusufied? What's up, Triple Eight? Will the Switch 2 live up to its hype with the games already producing so much hype just off Mario Kart 9? I definitely think so. If Nintendo has a whole direct set and planned for April for it, I definitely think that it's going to live up to it. Nintendo's been cooking now. Most of Nintendo's big first-party teams have been off of Switch 1 for the last 3 to 4 years. A lot of those games that we got in 2023 were the last games, and those games were already done. Nintendo was just slotting them in. Notice how a lot of them launched and pretty much no patches or anything afterwards. They were pretty much done. So Nintendo was just slotting them in. So Monolith Soft, big 3D Mario team, 2D Mario team, obviously Zelda team. They didn't do any DLC. They went straight to, making the next game. So we definitely have a number of games that are going to be ready to go We got to see what, I mean, apparently Fire Emblem 4 Remake has been done for a while now, that, you know, so there's a new, probably bigger Fire Emblem game that's coming. So I definitely think that there's going to be a lot of good games coming up. Good question. Little Bryce's 410 gotten better. Yeah, I know, seriously. What's up, Shaw X? I want an OLED version at launch, but they want us to double dip. I don't know if they want you to double dip more. It's like the price is going to be a problem. I think that's really what it is that the price. If you do an OLED screen at launch and you do like some of the newer ones, you're probably going to have to jack the price up by $50, or it's going to be an obtuse price, or you're going to be net negative on the launch of the system in terms of profit or what you make off of each system being sold. So I don't think it's a double. I don't think it's a double dip. It's just more of like, hey, we don't want to make the price higher than what it needs to be for launch. We have a target price, and if we do an OLED and it costs $30 or $40 more, and we have to charge more for it, that's not going to look attractive on the price. So I think that's the issue right now. Whereas if you wait and you wait for product components to go down after some time of manufacturing, then you can get a lower price on the products. So then when you release the OLED version, you can subsidize that cost more. So I think that's really what it comes down to. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure Nintendo's happy to be able to remodel the system, but I think what really told me about that was like how the Vita went from an OLED to an LCD, because manufacturing costs and obviously the price, like they weren't selling enough units in order to continue that, and they wanted to make more money off of each unit being sold. So they just did it in reverse, which was unfortunate. Hopefully it's a good LCD. I think modern LCDs are much better than older LCDs. Like if it's like the Switch 1 LCD, like obviously that LCD is not great, but if it's like the PS Portal LCD, then it'll be fine. People will be okay with that one. And Fire Emblem and Luigi Mansion considered system sellers because they sold me a system. I think that pretty much it's not considered like a mass market system seller, Zoob. That's a good question, but I do think that there are a certain sect of fans that absolutely, like, if you have, you know, Fire Emblem, that's a system seller to them. I do think that Luigi's Mansion is kind of more now moving into somewhat of a system seller, because they did, you know, sell 15 million copies of Luigi's Mansion. So once you get into like the 10 million threshold of a system, or you get into like the 5, 6, 7, 8 million threshold, that's when a system thing becomes actually like a system seller. Now, if it's underneath that, it kind of seems more of like a byproduct of people just buying the system. But yeah, once you move into like the 5 million plus unit range, it absolutely goes into system seller territory. Now, there's obviously varying levels of how much of a system seller is this or not. But yeah, I would say Luigi's Mansion probably is more of a system seller than something like Fire Emblem. But I do think that Fire Emblem definitely gets people excited to buy a system whenever they do release it. So like the core fans. So there's always certain games that come out for certain individuals, but on a mass market level, no. But on a macro or smaller market level, absolutely, you know. Well, Kirby, I think Kirby is definitely somewhat of a system seller now, because Kirby and the Forgotten Land sold 8 million units plus. Like that's going to be probably a 10 million plus seller. So I think Kirby's definitely more of a system seller now than it's ever been with the Switch era. Absolutely. Square Enix certainly has squandered the popularity of the franchise. I get sad about it. Yeah, that's true, Massive Reek, and hopefully they can get something back here when they start releasing it on Switch 2 and all that. Let's see, they can't subsidize the OLED Switch 2, how well the Switch did. It's not about subsidizing it, it's about necessarily how much you make per each unit. So since it's a capitalistic business and all that, you don't want to take what you've already done and say, oh, well.
What's up, OJ?
What's up, Super Christian
JOJO
World?
Friday.
Yes, sir.
You heard what Hideki Kamiya said about those leakers?
Yes, I did. I covered it in one of my most recent video on the channel. Shout outs, Super Christian World. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the $3. I did hear about that. Kamiya was hyped about that. But yeah, it's not about necessarily using what you already did. It's about what are you going to do going forward. So think about that. You subsidize the cost based off of what you already made. You're still losing money each year. You're still losing money on each of those. So this isn't like the NBA subsidizing the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? It's not something like that. When it comes to like capitalistic, when it comes to like, okay, we want to sell this and we want to make sure that we're making profit because this is our only business model. You're not going to take what you made throughout that and say, okay, well, we'll just take the hit every like $50 hit or $60 hit. Like that's going to completely tank your profits in terms of what you're trying to make, or at least make every unit a net negative on a sale. So absolutely not. And most companies, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, none of them are going to do something like that. Maybe outside of sometimes like when you see the cost of a system in terms of what they do. Like, they don't really subsidize it. They just lose money on each one. So, I mean, it's not even like they subsidize it. They just, like, each unit, it's a loss. Like the PS3 or like the 360 back in the day or whatever. It wasn't even like, oh, well, they made all that money on then. No, it's each year. It's a new fiscal year, and you got to show what you're making or not. You know what I'm saying? There's no taking what you made before and then using that to make up for something, because you're going to be selling this for the next however many years, you know? Let's see. A Eurogamer with another article saying it's likely the end of innovation for Nintendo. Yeah, I did see that, and I ratioed them. Did you guys see that? I ratioed Eurogamer. But no, I don't think it's the end of innovation for them. I think that, one, we haven't gotten all the details of the Switch 2. Some of it's been leaked, obviously, but we haven't seen how it works in games. And another thing is, like, the games are going to be innovation too. So we're going to see what they're going to do with the games, and those are going to be fun and innovative as well. So I get what they're trying to say. Like, I get it, but it's stupid. I get it, but it's dumb. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but it's dumb, because they're going to be the first people. If they made another flop system, they're going to be the first people to make articles saying about how it's stupid, about how it's not this or that. If there's like another Wii or motion controls or anything like that, like, I mean, they're going to be the first people to make articles saying how dumb it is, you know? So yeah. That was goofy of them to say that after the success of the Switch. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's fine. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion, whether it's a bad opinion or not that great, or people are allowed to have their opinion. You know, it's cool. I think many customers wait for there to be 2 or more games that appeal to them before getting a console, like Mario Kart, and another game on top of that. I mean, yeah, it really just depends. You know, it depends on when you buy and what you're looking for. But absolutely, yeah, customers definitely want to have at least a game or 2 before they decide to buy something. Mario Kart's a good launch title because it's replay value. So even if you don't see something right away that you like, you know that you'll probably be playing Mario Kart for a while, right? There's people that still play Mario Kart to this day. It's freaking 10 years old, you know, or people that have got Mario Kart 2 years ago or 3 years ago still play it. So having a game like Mario Kart where you can consistently sell a system just based off the strength of Mario Kart is very good, especially if there's maybe like a little software drought or something kind of in between, stopping software coming or delay. Mario Kart can definitely help, you know, patch some of those gaps. Let's see, Trail in the Sky remake coming this month. Hella hype to play, bro. I don't think it is, Cam. I saw Pokemon Let's Go on Switch 1. That was a game that sold me on the system. Let's Go. Okay. Everybody's got their game. So it might be a good launch library. I mean, I'll say this. It'll probably be better than Switch 1. The Nintendo Switch 2 launch lineup will be better than Switch 1 launch lineup. Yes. I mean, variety-wise. Now, how you feel about Mario Kart versus Breath of the Wild, that's going to be subjective, right? Some people like Mario Kart more, some people like Breath of the Wild or like Zelda more. That's going to be subjective. But in terms of the scope of, like, what games are going to be available, definitely Switch 2 is going to have more games available. Like, bigger and better games available at launch than what we saw with Switch 1. So, yeah. See, Trails Through Daybreak 2 is coming soon. Yeah, but he said the Trails in the Sky remake. So the first chapter of that game. Those are 2 different games, right? There'll be likely some wacky accessories. Nintendo's R&D department is going to be cooking up stuff. Yeah, which is a better way to do things instead. It's a better way to do things because you don't want to make a gimmick, like a crazy gimmick built into your system, because if that gimmick doesn't take off, then what happens to your system, right? It's a problem. But if you make a crazy gimmick like Labo or like Ring Fit, think about that. Like Labo and Ring Fit, 2 crazy gimmicks, right? One of them worked, one of them did not work. So Ring Fit worked really well. Great, made money, no problem. Labo didn't do well. You can just act like it never existed. Just, who cares, you know? Whereas if you put a crazy, let's just say Labo was part of the full experience with Switch 1. If people didn't think that was good and that flopped, man, you're in trouble. You know, you are definitely in trouble. So it makes sense to do software gimmicks outside of the system and think of whatever you want to do, more so than doing, you know, gimmicks built in where you're forced to buy the gimmick. So that's the Super Crystal Reroll. Thank you for the dollar dono, and thank you for the $3. So the $4 total, man. I appreciate that. So yeah, Labo was terrible selling people cardboard. Well, it was software, and then you use the cardboard to play the software. So it was actually games. Like it comes with software. It comes with software. But I feel you, Timothy. Let's see here. I'm going to play Mario Kart 9 to no end when it drops with Switch 2. Yes, party man. You are living Mario Kart. You are Mario Kart. What's your favorite gimmick, feature, accessory for any console? Favorite gimmick, feature, or accessory? I mean, it depends on what are you defining as a gimmick. Let's start with that first. Launch titles were so funny, had me hyped for snipper clips. Oh man, Switch 2's Joy-Cons can be used like PC mouse. I wonder if we'll get some RTS games PC mouse. Yeah, I think that's definitely something that could happen for sure. Labo will probably not be compatible with Switch 2, at least not conventionally. No. Future Millionaire with the $5 dono. Let's go. We're getting close towards that 100 goal, guys. Let's go. JoJo Friday in effect as well. Shout outs, guys. Appreciate that. 5 JoJos already on the board, and Future Millionaire coming with the $5 as well. Thank you so much. Salutes to you, brother. So, sup, OJ? Now that your Niners and my Steelers are out, who are you secretly rooting for? Would you like to see Lions win it all? Wait, we'd like to see Lions win it all. I'm rooting for like the Baltimore Ravens. I want the Ravens. I want Lamar Jackson to win a Super Bowl because I think it's going to be terrible with someone that has 3 MVPs and no Super Bowl. Like, no Super Bowl victory. That's just unheard of. Never happened. Crazy. Like, it's just something that doesn't happen. Like, NBA, it can happen. Like, you know, like Steve Nash, Karl Malone, those guys have won MVPs. But, like, to see someone in the NFL, a quarterback, win 3 MVPs and have no Super Bowl rings, I don't think that's ever happened in the history. But before the person has turned 30 years old, to have 3 MVPs and not a single Super Bowl, that just is terrible. So I need Lamar to win one. Like, I need him to win one. Super Christian Mule with another $1 dono. Thank you so much, Future Millionaire. He says, I picture that the Switch 2 Direct will be like Switch 1 announcement. We'll see people playing the game, mouse functionality. One game I can definitely see them showcasing. Showcase is 2-player Pong. 2-player Pong. I don't know if they're gonna do 2-player Pong. I think maybe a game that they can show that functionality would be like Mario Maker. I think that might be a game, or maybe like a new Mario Paint. You know, maybe something like that. I don't know about Pong, but you know, maybe for sure. Yeah, maybe like WarioWare. I mean, I don't know. Let's see here. Do you think OG Joy-Cons will work with Switch 2? Yes, I do think they'll work with Switch 2, but it'll work with Switch 1 games. I don't know if they're going to work with Switch 2 games, but they'll work with Switch 1 games. I know that for sure, but I don't know about Switch 2 games. We'll have to wait and see. So, does Switch 2 have an IR sensor? It might not have an IR sensor camera. You know, so any games that use the IR sensor camera, obviously, you won't be able to use. They might not be, you know, work on Switch 2 that well. So Vito with the $1.99 says new Mario Kart and GTA 6 in the same year. Let's go. Let's see if GTA 6 actually makes it this year, Vito. Like, I'm not sure if GTA 6 is even gonna make it this year. So we'll see. I fully expect we'll get GameCube games or NSO, or how likely do you think we'll get that? I think that GameCube games coming to NSO is definitely a possibility for sure. I think it's more 50-50, probably likely. I do think Baldur's Gate 3 has a chance to come to Switch 2 as well, because what was that game? Divinity Original Sin. That game's on Switch 1, and the developer's like, yeah, it was kind of hard to get it on there, but we did it. So I definitely think Baldur's Gate 3 has a chance for sure. Shout outs to Vito. Thank you for the $2.99 or $1.99. 89 on the board. 11 away from the 100 combo breaker. Let's go, man. I'd say stuff like Touchscreen Connect, Labo, 3D effect on the 3DS. Okay, so my favorite gimmick then. Oh man, I'll be honest, I don't really love gimmicks like that. I'm not a huge fan of those type of gimmicks. So yeah. By the way, Steve Nash won that MVP over Kobe because Kobe's team wasn't that great that year, and Steve Nash had like the best record in the NBA, like #1 seed in the West. So that's the reason why Steve Nash won the MVP over Kobe. Not saying that not saying that it wasn't like debatable, but that's the reason why he won, because Kobe's team wasn't very good that year. Well, they were just like, what, the 8th seed in the West or something like that. Nash's team was #1. MVP, in order to win the MVP in the NBA, you got to be like the best player on the best team. Like, that's how MVP works. Like, the best player on like the best team or one of the best teams. If your team isn't winning a lot of games, even if you have really good stats, you're probably not going to win MVP unless you put up historic all-time like Wilt Chamberlain stats or something like that, you know? So that's the reason why Kobe lost the MVP. Yeah, they were like the 7th seed. If they were like maybe the 2 seed or the 3 seed, you would have won it, but they were like the 7th seed. So that's the reason why he didn't win. What about Dirk's MVP? Dirk's team was like one of the higher ranked seeds that year. When he won MVP, they were like a really good team that year. Then he won MVP. And he had really good stats. So, let's see here. Zilla ×2 with the $1 dono. This has been listening while getting everything lined up for tomorrow's car purchase. Just want to say what up, OJ. Hey, shout outs. Let's go, man. New car purchase. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Let's get it, man. Good stuff, Mr. Zilla times 2. Let's go. Do you think that we'll see the next Daemon X Machina at the Switch 2 Direct? I definitely think that we'll see Daemon X Machina, the Titanic Scion, at that next upcoming April Direct. I think so. I think that they've just been waiting, so I think it's now time to see something like that. Here from Poland, 3:33 a.m. Mario Kart 9. Let's go. Yes, sir. Shout outs to the Poland peeps out there. Let's go. So let's go. That Steve Nash and Son scored in less than 7 seconds, nearly impossible. They were the most efficient and best scoring team that season. Yeah, they were crazy. So Steve Nash won it based off of that, you know. Switch 2 may not have the legendary title like Breath of the Wild for launch, but a solid lineup of ports and great games. Switch 1 didn't get likely the next MK. I mean, I don't know, man. Like MK obviously is not. It doesn't have the prestige and like the aura that Zelda has. But I'm telling you, man, this new Mario Kart game, I think it's actually gonna go dummy. Like I think it, like they've been cooking ideas for like 10 years. They've been cooking. They've been sitting there and like you can just tell from just like that. Like I said, that gas tank gimmick thing already got me excited. The little details in there, the redesigns of the carts and stuff, redesigns of the characters, potential open world type of gameplay or open-ended racing. I'm telling you, man, they've got some stuff cooking. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna have the aura that Breath of the Wild had, but I mean, it might be a better seller, and it might literally like that game might sell the Switch 2 till the end of time. Like that might be the craziest game, bro. Hey players, says, what's your ideas and opinions on backwards compatible features for Switch 2? They do state in fact not carrying the original Switch game that it no fact carrying all original Switch games from Canada. From Canada? Are you from Canada, or are you trying to say like basically certain games like Labo and stuff like that probably won't be compatible or won't work well with it, but any normal game will work on Switch 2. So I know people were like, oh, that means not like what's happening, which games? Bro, they showed Mario Wonder, you know what I'm saying? So Mario Wonder is a normal game, so they mean all normal games work. Stuff like Labo or stuff that needs like weird peripherals or Joy-Cons that you have to put in somewhere, or like the Nintendo Switch you have to put into like a VR thing, like yeah, those won't work. Or like IR games, like stuff like that, but pretty much like 99% of games will work. So that's what they mean. I see open world to Mario Kart. I don't know if it's open world, but like more open-ended racing, you know? You can go different paths and have different ways of doing things and stuff like that. So I think, although there are alternate paths and shortcuts, but Mario Kart is very like, in terms of like linear, in terms of how you race. There are some tracks where you can go like a separate path, but it's very few and far in between. You know, you kind of know where to go. The draw distance is pretty close to what you're like. What you see is what you see. You really can't go too far out, you know. So it looks like they're kind of changing some things on that based off of the reveal trailer. Let's see. I wonder if they'll keep adding new tracks to Mario Kart 8. No, they're done with Mario Kart 8, Roger. I mean, they already said that they're done with that. So no, they're done. Allowing you to keep all your digital and physical games is a huge W for Switch 2. Absolutely, especially with something as popular as Switch. Makes sense. OJ, do you think okay, you're located in Canada, cool. OJ, do you think that Nintendo will do 1-2 Switch 2? Probably not. People better not underestimate Mario Kart 9. I'm thinking I'm gonna be like Wonder with creativity. I'm telling you, bro, I think it's gonna be lit, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm party man, I'm right there with you. 1 2 3 4 Switch. Yeah, 1 2 3 4 Switch for Switch 2. 1 2 2 2 Switch, or 1 2 3 Switch. 1 2 3 Switch. Mario Kart has been cooking in the oven for almost a decade, so let's hope they deliver. I think they're gonna deliver, man. I think it's gonna be good. Thoughts on TikTok going down on USA on Sunday? It's unfortunate. What do you think? Unfortunate. Let's see here. Supposedly Star Wars Jedi from EA got leaked coming to Switch 2. Yes, apparently Star Wars Jedi is coming. We did talk about that in a video as well on the channel. So yeah, and Nintendo Prime. Apparently, you know, he didn't say it directly, but apparently he might have a source that also said that too. So yeah, maybe. I can't say that he directly said that. Do I like Steph Curry or any player that's playing today? I'm not in love with any of the players that are playing today outside of like, you know, I'll be honest. I don't really like. I don't really love any player that's playing today. No. I'm not as into NBA as I was before. but I don't really love any player that's playing. I mean, there are good players that I think that are fun to watch. You know, like LeBron's fun and guys are fun, but no, not like it was before, like how I was into NBA like in the 80s and 90s and like early 2000s and stuff like that. No, not anymore, but I used to be, but not now. There's not anybody that I'm like, oh my God, I love that player. Not anymore. You know, I was a Jordan fan. I liked Allen Iverson. I liked Vince Carter. But yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. I like LeBron. You know, I like D Wade. You know, I like Kobe. You know, Tim Duncan. Like, you know, all the guys, the legends, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. But yeah, in today's day, not really. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah, Tracy McGrady was cool. Like, you know, all the OGs, and all the guys that you know that were there. But I don't really. There's not really anybody that I'm like, oh my God, I like watching them play. Not really. I mean Zion, but Zion's so fat and can't stay on the damn court eating cheeseburgers all day instead of working out. So can't. I mean, I wish Zion was just stay healthy. I would like Zion. That's probably the player that I'd say I'd actually watch or like. But dude can't stay healthy because he's always eating. Let's see here. So, yeah, but watching LeBron on the Lakers is nah. Watch him on the Heat. Watch him on the Heat and see what he did on the Heat. See where his head was when he did dunks when he was on the Heat. Don't get me wrong, he's still peak athletic and he's still very good, but nah, man. Well, there was one dunk where it's like a fast break and they throw it up and literally his shoulder is like at the rim on like an alley-oop, like when he played for the Heat. Like his shoulder is at the rim. Not his not like this, but like the top of his shoulder is like at the rim on one dunk. And he just goes boom, and just like he like goes down. He like jumps up, grabs the ball, and it takes him a bit of time to get down before he dunks it. It's insane. He doesn't have that bounce anymore. It's still good. Don't get me wrong, it's still good, but it ain't like that, you know? And plus the Lakers just aren't great. You know, it's not fun to watch them just because the Lakers aren't very good. They're okay, but they're not very good. So yeah. The Pelicans fans, I agree. Zion needs to lock in, man. He ain't locking in, only locking into porn stars and cheeseburgers. King Candy with the $10
JOJO boys, I want to go to the Lakers game in February.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be One Piece night.
Oh, One Piece night. That sounds fun. Let's go, man. Thank you so much for the JOJO. Yo, another JOJO, boys. Yo, those $10 JOJOs, guys. We're doing the JOJOs all night. You guys know what time it is because it is time for another JOJO because my man asked for it. Let's go. The JOJO boys. Let's go. Thank you so much. And also Simeon Coin with the Dollar McHalla. I meant 100 core crystals. That's what I meant. I did not say dollar. I meant 100 core crystals. Let's go. King. Let me put King Cagney on here first. Three-way type at the top of the board. Anybody that's 10 or more, you can type or pass up the Stream Ninja. Simeon Coin with the 100 bits says, just getting in, OJ. I enjoyed your stream about Switch 2 breakdown that morning. My music request is I want to have to type differently. So here it goes. Castlevania, The Adventure Stage 3 music theme life fair. All right, I got you, man. Thank you so much for the 100 core crystals. Castlevania, The Adventure Stage 3 music theme life fair. This is a good track. I actually remember this track. So this is is it Death Fair or Life Fair? I think it's Death Fair. Yeah, I think it's Death Fair. So shout outs. Thank you so much, Mr. Simeon Coin. And boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, did I just tell you guys that we just hit 100 on the combo board? So you guys know what time that is. It is time for the Platinum Limit Break. You guys know what deal it is. Bonus stream. Thank you guys so much. We will have another bonus stream. I mean, we've been doing a lot of bonus stuff recently. We've been streaming a lot. Well, we'll do more. We will do more. We'll get another one in. Let's get it. Shout outs, guys. We have the Donkey Kong stream that we got to do too, though. So next week is going to be the Donkey Kong stream. So we're definitely going to do that next week. Or I got to talk with I got to talk with Damien. So I got to talk with him, and then we're going to get that set up for the Donkey Kong stream. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Let's see, and we're gonna be giving away a bunch of copies of Donkey Kong Country Returns. So look forward for that, guys. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I gotta link up with him to see when we're gonna do that. Let's see here. Do you have the living room set up for dock switch to use of the Joy-Con as a mouse? I don't think you need a living room set up for that, iSizzle. I think you just need a desk. So if you're in an office, you can just put it on your desk. I think it's more of a desk setup than a living room setup for that. But no, I mean, if I'm gonna use the Joy-Con as a mouse, I'm probably gonna be here in my office playing. I'm not gonna be in a living room playing it. So I think the mouse thing's gonna be an optional type of thing. I don't think it's gonna be like required for many games, you know. So yeah. We're gonna do the Kirby stuff too as well. I'm gonna talk. Justin's here, so we're definitely gonna do the Kirby stuff. We just had the Nintendo Switch 2 that came out of nowhere, so that's the reason why. But yeah, we're definitely gonna do the Kirby stuff as well. See, that's the one, OJ. I have to censor the word for music requests. Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm gonna loop it because it's pretty short. Do you think Metroid Prime 4 will be cross-gen like Breath of the Wild? I don't know if it will be. I think it'll just be, hey, it's backwards compatible. Maybe they do a patch, maybe they don't, but I think it's gonna be more of a Switch 1 game, but we'll see. You know, we will see. So we will definitely see. If Monolith Soft is actually working on a new project cross-zone with Nintendo characters, do you think it would be lit? I don't think that they are. I think that was just a made-up thing. I don't think there's gonna be a new project cross-zone with Nintendo characters, but I mean, if there is, yes, it would be lit. It'd be cool. But I mean, the only thing that I don't like about Project Cross Zone, because there's so many characters, like some of the aspects of it seem cheap, like how the enemies get hit, like they all kind of like move in like a really weird way, because I don't know how to explain it, but that's the only thing that I don't like. I like the individualized Monolith Soft games, but I mean, if they did do, you know, that'd be fine. Like I'd be cool with that. I'd definitely play. So yeah. Let's see here. Been hearing that for 1 whole year now. What, the Kirby stream? Well, we had to delay it. Just because of various things. But yeah, don't worry, we're gonna get it. Let's see. Do you think that the mouse setup will work on all games? It'll be just specific games. I don't think it's gonna be all games. I mean, I think it might work with the OS. Like on every game, like on like the actual Switch OS, like you have the option to just use the mouse to go through and click through and all that. I think it'll be default on that, but all games, no, like because all games don't use like motion controls, so why would all games use mouse controls? You know, like I don't think they're gonna default program it to where every game has to do that. You know, so probably not. No. So it'll be certain games. It won't be every game. So yeah. It won't be every game, but it'll definitely be certain games. It'll definitely be certain games. So yeah. Certain games for sure. Let's see, and Party Man a Mario Kart video when? Party Man a Mario Kart video, oh man. I mean, I gotta link up with Party Man to see when we're gonna be able to get that done. But maybe we can get that done this weekend. Maybe we can get that done this Sunday if Party Man is down. I am down to do a Sunday, you know, video on that to where we can just, you know, get together and get that done. So I am down. If Party Man got time on Sunday, I can do it Sunday for sure. So yeah. Let's see here. That being said, I wonder if Nintendo will make their own accessibility controller. I really hope that they do make their own accessibility controller, and I really hope that they actually, you know, make, you know, games more accessible to everyone. So yeah, I hope they do. They actually have more accessibility options for people out there, you know, like with one hand and things like that. So yeah, absolutely, that'd be great. Who do you want to develop the next Star Fox game? I don't know if I have a specific developer in mind to develop the next Star Fox game. I haven't thought about it. I just want a good Star Fox game. So whoever Nintendo decides to make a Star Fox game, I think that'd be good. You know, that can do a good job. Excuse me. Metroid Prime 4 with one Joy-Con for buttons and the other as a mouse could be sick. It really could be. That could be a game breaker for Metroid Prime, or that can be a game breaker. Game changer for Metroid Prime to be able to have like an actual joystick, right? One Joy-Con, then have the and be able to play that way. Woo! That could be some heat, man. That might be the way people are gonna. That might be the default way people play. If the Joy-Con is comfortable enough to hold, I'm guessing that if it's not, people will make like grips, right? Oh, use this grip to hold the, like they'll make like a shell to where you put the Joy-Con into a mouse shell. I guarantee that there will be accessories that have that, where it's like you can put the Joy-Con into a mouse shell and it'll be like a mouse like this, right? And it'll feel just like that, and you can play, you know, like that. So I'm guessing there will be accessories for that. Excuse me. I got nothing on Sunday, so I'm down. All right, party man, we'll do it for sure. At the bare minimum, please launch Switch 2 with the same accessibility features as current platform. Don't want to do the PS5 did launch with the features missing. Yeah, I would love that, man. I hope they do, but something tells me that they won't, because Nintendo, they haven't been getting better with their accessibility features in their games. It seems like sometimes it's worse or just absent. So yeah, it sucks, man, because like that's been always like one of my biggest fears. Like, what if I lose an arm or lose a hand? You know, knock on wood, pray. You know, hopefully it never happens. But you know, well, how will I be able to play without using some type of, you know, weird accessory, whatever the case is, right? Or trying to link something that Microsoft makes. So I'm really hoping that they do make something. But I think Microsoft has a controller that does work, or there are third-party controllers that work. But something from Nintendo would be good, because I think they can make a good one, you know. NSO could get crazy on Switch 2. Assume GameCube games will be there even at launch. I don't know about launch, Huddy, but I mean that would definitely be a big selling point for some people if they were able to. So yeah, absolutely would be a big selling point if they were able to actually get that done. So that would be fun. I'd be down for it, man. I would be down. So yeah, good stuff overall. Let's see. Switch 3 will have neural link controls. Yes, sir. Neural link. Let's get it. Hey, what's up, Pika Games 64? How you doing today, brother? Double dash with online. Yeah, that'd be good. Oh my gosh, that'd be so good. Imagine playing double dash, you know, with online play, and like actually having, you know, everybody like link up, like having 8 people be able to do that, and you having 2 on each cart, not just like, oh, okay, like co-op play, right? 2 on each cart. So actually having the full 8 players, that would be, or was it 16 players? I forgot. I think it was 8 players. 8 players. That would be wild, dude. Yo, Kriosibon with the Ninja Peach. Let's go.
OJ,
hey.
The Switch 2 announcement cooked my phone yesterday. Had to get another one today.
What type of phone? You got one of those Breaking Bad phones where they're just like, oh man, and they just like break them after they use them? What type of... The Switch 2 cooked your phone to smithereens. Let's go, man. Thank you so much, Kriosibon, with the $5. We are going... You guys know. Further beyond the 100 point. Let's go, baby. Shout outs, guys. Appreciate that. Oh, and by the way, for our gameplay streams, this, because I know Nin was like, oh yeah, we haven't, you know, the gameplay streams, we've got a whole new way how we're going to do, like with goals and extending them. So when we bring back PE Arena, PE Ultimate, when we bring that back, trust me, guys, you guys are going to love the goals and what we're going to have attached. It's going to be attached to the chat, and it's going to look clean, and it's going to look nice. And trust me, they're going to be really good. You guys are going to like it. Shout outs to YouTube for doing some updates. So I'm already cooking. I'm already working on some things for that. So don't worry. The gameplay streams are coming. They're coming back. I would like for my boy to get a little bit bigger too, just so he can be a little bit more independent, because, you know, he's still a little baby at this point. You know, so I think once he gets older too, it'll be a little bit better. So yeah, that'll be good. So he's getting older though. Hey, what's up, Lex? Switch 2 amazing. Yeah. Do you plan to do your pod again? I do plan. Now that the Nintendo Switch 2 is, you know, officially announced and revealed, I do plan on doing a podcast, but I want to bring it back the right way. I want to have my room finished, and I want to make sure that if I do a podcast, we're going to do it right. We're going to launch it on Patreon. We're going to revamp the Patreon. We're going to launch it on there, and we're going to get some guys on here that I can actually pay to do the podcast. So I'm definitely, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to make sure that I do it right, you know, and get everything set up. Let's see here. So yeah, absolutely though. Do you think they'll call it Mario Kart 9 or 10 or some unique name like Double Dash? I think they're gonna call it Mario Kart 9. Because I think that they want people to know that it's a direct sequel to the best-selling Mario Kart game of all time and the best-selling Switch game of all time. So I think they're just going to call it Mario Kart 9, just so people know exactly what it is. Like, oh, it's not a... I mean, I could be wrong, right? They could call it something else, but I think they're just going to call it Mario Kart 9. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get Stealth back on the podcast. I'm hoping that I can get Endakuba. You know, there's a couple people that I'm targeting for the podcast. Absolutely, yeah. You know, a couple people that I'm targeting. Maybe like a bi-weekly podcast. So, yeah. I'm thinking Mario Kart 9. Yeah, I'm thinking Mario Kart 9 because it's like, you have Mario Kart 8. That's the best-selling one. Everyone knows what Mario Kart 8 is. You know, if you call it something else, is it a port? Is it an enhanced version? You know, like, I'm just thinking that way. Now, once again, they might have sick marketing and making sure people know that it's a brand new game. So, I mean, like, they might, you know, not have to call it that, but, you know, they might call it that just to kind of eliminate any type of confusion. So yeah. Just curious, what's the main feature you hope for Switch 2? I don't really have anything that I'm hoping for outside of, I just want to see great games, man. Whatever they do, cool. But all I'm looking for is, like, I want to see the games now, you know? I'm looking forward to that. Maybe Mario Kart 9 subtitle. Yeah, I can maybe see that. Mario Kart 9 something else. I think that's a way to alleviate any type of issue, because you're calling it Mario Kart 9, then you can call it Mario Kart 9, you know, Super Dash or something like that. All right. Yeah, tell them to hurry up and age. I hope we get some themes like 3DS. Yeah, that's great too. But you can't play themes. So I never really spend any time when people say that. Like, it's not anything I'm like, oh my god, I want this. It's like, you don't play themes. Like, you want to be playing games. I don't care to look at a theme. A theme doesn't do anything. You know, it's cool to have it nice and have a different background, but my time is limited and I'm not going to be, you know, looking at a theme all day. I'm going to be playing games. So that's the reason why I don't really care about that type of stuff. But I hope it's there for people, and I hope it's cool and it's great and it's fun. But, you know, I've had themes on my Xbox for decades now. I have the same Naruto achievement that I unlocked like 10 years ago. It's just like the same background for my Xbox. So for me, it's just not. It's just, I mean, I used to think that it was cool, and I used to be all about that, like when I was into achievements and stuff. But it's just, I realized that there's no point in being into that. It doesn't matter. Like, your time is limited to play games. I'm not worrying about what type of background that I have and all that. It ain't that big of a deal for me. Once again, I hope that it's in there though. The customization's nice to make it look a little bit different, to spice it up. Like that's great. I just don't care. I'll put something that I like, and I'll probably never change it. You know, I'll put like one thing that never ever change it. So yeah. So I'm kind of just more looking forward to the actual games, because that's what I'm going to be playing. You know. But yeah, I hope that stuff's in there too. You know. I hope that stuff's in there. Let's see here. Yep. Shout outs though. Let's see here. Will we finally get the Fire Emblem 4 remake? I hope so. Maybe at this next Nintendo Direct. That's rumored for February. Mario Kart 9 character models look good. I don't know about Donkey Kong. It's based off the movie Donkey Kong. So if you don't like the movie Donkey Kong more, then I get it. You know, you don't like it. But I like the fact that they're just changing everything. I think that's good. You know, I think that it's good that they're actually making new models. Like, they're making, like, it's different. It's not going to be the same. So you can see a clear difference between this game and the last game, you know? So that's a good thing. Personally, I'm hoping for more older games to get Switch 2 upgrades and make them run faster and better. Favorite game, Switch game, My Hero 1's Justice 2 has horrendous load times on Switch. Out of all games, bro, that game. Oh, I don't want to be mean, Pika, man, but I mean, come on, bro. Like, just let it die. Just let it die and move to greener pastures, brother. You don't need to go back to that game. This might be your, I don't know, coming to Jesus moment or intervention. Let's just sit down. Let's all sit down and let's have a little bit of a talk after this dono. Krios with the 5.
It was a Samsung Galaxy Note 25 grams Ultra Plus Alpha Omega.
Really?
It was on its last leg anyways.
Oh, okay. And it cooked it, huh? Shout out, let's go. That's what happened to your phone. It went Super Saiyan 3 and busted everybody's scouters. Listen, man. You should not have a unhealthy addiction to My Hero 1's Justice. That's not something that you should have a unhealthy addiction to. Like, It really isn't. That's not something that you should be looking forward to. That's not something you should be playing. That's not something you should be excited about. You need to put the game down and go play and find greener pastures. It's like you're stuck to that one ex-girlfriend or whatever that's like terrible to you, and you can't see that she's so bad for you. You can't see all the bad things that she's doing to you, that she's like beating you up and she's taking your stuff and she's destroying your things and never letting you hang out with the boys and just being terrible, never cooking or doing anything, treating you so terrible, never buying you any presents, never doing anything. You do everything for her. It's like that. You know, you can't stay with someone like that. You gotta put it down and go play great games. Go play Astral Chain. Go play Zelda. Go play Mario. Go play something else. But don't sit there and play that game. I'm sorry, man. Don't sit there and play that game. Honestly, don't do it. Trust me, there's so much better stuff that you could be doing with your time. You're going to look back in years from now and be like, man, I really wasted my life playing My Hero 1's Justice, My Hero 2 1's Justice. Don't be that person. Do not be that person sitting there saying, I like spinning around with Deku. Like, don't be that person. All right, man? Do not be that person. I'm trying to help you, but if you don't want to listen, that's fine. But if I were you, I would not be that guy that sits there and says, I wasted my life playing My Hero 2 1's Justice. Trust me, Bandai Namco does not care about you. They don't care about you one bit. I mean, no company does, but like the game quality is just not there enough to be sitting there and talk about I want upgrades. You know, so I'm sorry, man. I can't endorse that opinion. I can't. Let's see here. Psycho Pie with the 20 Canadian says Mario Kart cool and all, but don't forget about the sleeper hit Sonic Racing Cross World. The game is going to sell 500 million units. You know what? Listen, we cannot forget the Sonic game. Yes, the Sonic game is coming, and it's probably going to have a Switch 2 version. So yeah, and obviously it's going to be on everything. It's coming to every system. So yeah, we can't forget that, man. We cannot forget that. So absolutely. Thank you, sir. That's the Psycho Pie with the double. You know what time it is, JoJo. It's time to stop. Yeah, just that intervention, you know. Big love to Psycho Pie. Psycho Pie, you actually just set the stream ninja with that big 20, taking out Vincent, King Cagney, and Justin. Justin's still the Hokage, though, with the 49, but my man, Psycho Pie, welcome back to the top of the board, Mr. Pie. Mr. Pie! Shout out to Psycho Pie. Thank you for the big 20, man. I appreciate you. So, yeah. Oh, trust me, you'll feel shame later. There's a lot of things that I did when I was younger that later I felt shame. So, trust me, you'll feel shame later, Pika Game 64. You don't feel it right now. It'll come later. It's like that Pokemon move, Foresight. You ever got hit with Foresight? You know, you're like, oh, it's coming later. Then you get knocked out. You know, it's coming later. Don't worry. Or it's like a boomerang. It'll come back. Don't worry. It's gonna hit you later that you wasted prime years of your life playing this slop. Because that game is slop. But I only say it as someone that I love. I love gaming. And if that's what you love, man. But yeah, I doubt they're going to update My Hero. To answer your question, I doubt they're going to update My Hero 2 1's Justice. I doubt they're going to update it. There's no point. Nobody cares. But in terms of on a large scale, nobody's playing anymore. So, yeah. Just don't launch Sonic. Yeah, I mean, don't launch it next to Mario Kart. Wait for a while. You beat your friends because no one's grinding that game. This man's ranked #1 in the world, 1 out of 1. He's online, they ranked 1 out of 1. There's only one other person playing. Some psycho playing in, like, you know what I'm saying, Antarctica or something like that. Or some weirdo playing, probably, never mind, weirdo, Florida. Probably playing somewhere in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll take you down one of these days. Oh, man. I just can't play those Bandai Namco anime games anymore, man. Like, I don't know. I just can't do it. No, but, I mean, for real, though. Like, on, like, a serious note, I'm just messing around with you. If that's what you like, man, that's what you like, dude. Play what you like. That's the cool thing about gaming. Not everybody's gonna like the same stuff, man. So, it's cool. So, yeah. Let's see here. This is, I don't know what's wrong with me, but a lot of games I love, no one likes. My Hero One's Justice, Sonic Lost World, etc. I mean, you just got trash taste, you know. You just some people just like to date ugly girls or date ugly guys. It's just that's just what they like to do. Ain't nothing you can do about it. That's what you like, man. I seen one dude, man. He literally took a barracuda out. I was like, gosh, and he was like, oh yeah, that's all me. And I'm like, bro, it's all you. I remember I went to the mall, bro. He was like, you looking at my girl? I'm like, hell no! Like, absolutely not! He's like, yeah, man. I'm like, bro, hell no, I ain't looking. She legitimately looked like a barracuda. Like nobody, but he was all over. It was when I was like a freshman in high school. Ain't nobody looking at your girl, brother. Some people just like trash stuff. It's all good. She was all smug too. She was like staring at me. Like, ain't nobody staring at you. You crazy? No, it's not that she was fat. I'm just saying she looked like a barracuda. She looked like a bobcat and a barracuda. Like she looked like one. Like it was not even about fat. She just looked like a barracuda. Chubby girls are fine. There's nothing wrong with a girl being chubby. I dated chubby girls before. I dated like thicker girls. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But no, she looked like a barracuda, like a bobcat and a barracuda. Like she was just crazy. She was because she said I was looking at her. I'm like, no, I wasn't. I mean, well, I thought I was National Geographic. I thought I was passing by. I did look for a second, but I was like, I did a double take. I was like, whoa. And then that's all I did. And then, are you looking at her, man? I'm like, no, man, I ain't looking at her. Not about to get choked because this dude was big, man. He was a big guy, man. He's like, you looking at my girl? I was like, I ain't about to get beat up right now from looking at looking at an uncaged animal. Like, because that dude would have crushed me. I'm like, I was a freshman in high school. I was 5'5", 130 pounds. I'm like, no, man. I'm like, no, I'm not looking, bro. Like, about not to get beat up by an adult because he let his lady off the leash for a second and she was acting all crazy that night. They were drinking. So yeah, man, it's all good. Let's see here. It's let's see, played My Hero One's Justice, Little Cousin Tabletop Mode. That's about it. This dude probably eats Long John Silver sitting on alone at a restaurant, wondering why no one else is there. No, bro, it was so funny because we were at and he slapped one of my friends, and I was like, yo, this dude was wild. That we were out by the by the movie theaters. It's like this nice little place. It has like a movie theater, and it has like a bunch of stores, and a lot of kids would go hang out there back in the day. This was like decades ago. And like he was just thinking, I think we were there was like a Carl's Jr. or something by, and we were like hanging out, and like I don't know, he was just acting weird. Like I saw him parading around. He had like a leather jacket on. Clearly he was like maybe like a senior in high school, or he was like a freshman in college, because like he was still acting like, you know, like it was high school or something like that. So it was just weird. Like on Friday nights, a lot of people would go to the movies, or you just go hang out, right? You just go hang out there. So it was just funny. And I'm like, are you looking at my girl? I'm just like, dude, like, this guy's about ready to choke me out because, because ain't nobody looking, man. Chill. Oh, man. So, Torta Pounder. Oh, man. So, My Hero One's Justice with my little... Okay, I already said that. Love me some big girls. Oh, man. Came in and got cremated. Nah, you good, brother. You good, bro. Shout outs, man. We just messing around with you. We just messing around. Pika Games. Definitely play what you got to play, man. That sounds like a Sonic fan to me. That's definitely not a Sonic fan. That's definitely... A Sonic fan would not be confrontational like that. Hell nah. They'd be like, you looking at... He'd be like, you looking at my girl? I'd be like, no. He's like, well, can you please look at her? Please? Can you please look at her? Maybe we can all play Shadow the Hedgehog. You know, that's what a Sonic fan would say. A Sonic fan definitely ain't going to be that aggressive like that. At least not in person. Online, yeah. But in person, they'd be completely different. So Sonic fan. Yeah, Sonic fans just supposed that's you. That's you too. You too, Psycho Pie. Simeon Coin with the 100 core crystals says, Foresight, you mean Future Sight? Yeah, Future Sight. There you go. I said Foresight. I think Foresight is, I think that's Mithra's ability, right? Or something like that. Future Sight. There you go. 3 days ago, a customer gave me an attitude saying she was first, but I didn't see the customer and used the movie glare. The customer got paralyzed by me, and I got written up afterwards, and I was dumbfounded. My musical. This man got cooked at work, got written up, got cooked at work, bro. Give me your funniest I got written up stories from work. I want to hear them now. Give me your funniest I got written up, like in 200 characters or less. Shout outs to Simeon Coin. Thank you. Give me your funniest ones, and don't make them up either. They got to be real. Let's go. Let's hear Castlevania. The adventure battle of the holy. All right, shout outs. Thank you for the 100 core crystals. Appreciate that. Battle of the holy. All right, this one's actually pretty long, so we're good on that one. I got detention 12 times for laughing in class in 6th grade, all 12 times, same reason. Oh, I can definitely see that, House Gang. Yeah, I can definitely see that. You just get detention for laughing. I remember one time I got written up, or when I say written up, I don't mean written up at school, but I mean, you can give me your school stuff too, I guess. I meant at work. But I remember in 6th grade, I got written up. We used to get to call them referrals. So I remember one time I was getting so many referrals at one point. I was like, man, I eat referrals for breakfast. And then I got written up for that. And then the next day, and then I got suspended one day because once you get like a certain number of referrals, you'll just get, it's an auto suspension. So then I went home, I took a box of cornflakes, and I drew me and the homies. I drew me, my homie Turtle, my homie Ray. I drew all of us because we all used to get referrals, you know, for like class disruptions, laughing, whatever the case is, right? We all used to get a lot of referrals. So I drew all of us on the box and I said referralios. And I ripped up a bunch of paper and I put it in the box and I brought it to school. I wasn't trying to show the teacher nothing, but somebody snitched. And they're like, yo, he was like, yo, OJ, like, you got a box that says referralios? I was like, I don't know. They're like, let's see the bag. Let's see your backpack. I was like, oh, no, here we go. And I pulled out the box and I saw the picture of me, because I used to draw a lot back then. So and guess what happened? Not only did I get a referral sent up, my 2 homies that didn't do anything, they got referrals and sent up. So they were looking at me like, how you gonna get me in trouble from you doing something? So I was walking we were all walking to the office there like, bro, you gotta be kidding me. I got written up for being on the picture? I got a referral for being on the picture? Like, I didn't ask him to draw that picture of me. I'm like, that's all. I just think of the homies that we all get referrals. That was great. That was like the greatest hit, bro. Legendary. Yeah, they got in trouble for being on the box with me. Crazy. Oh man, let's see here. Says my life is boring as hell. I ain't got nothing to say, so I'm just gonna sit here chugging a Coke can. Yeah, I can see why, man. If you're playing My Hero One's Justice, definitely something's wrong. So I'm guessing something's wrong, but that's okay. We're gonna spice things up for you, Pika Games. What are some things that you've seen other people, something happen to somebody else that you thought was like, oh snap, like nothing, you know, graphic, but like, oh man, that happened at work or school. I know you've probably seen something else like in your past, so don't worry. We're gonna have some fun here, man. Let's see here. Referralios, yeah, man. Shout outs. Nah, he plays Sonic Lost World. See, there you go. Psycho Pie likes you. You guys think Switch? We got the last Switch 1 Direct until the Switch 2's April Direct. I think February might be the last Switch 1 Direct. Yeah, Graveheart. Yeah, I think February. It's rumored right now. Have you seen the Hollow Knight dev teasing April 2nd? Yes, I did see that. I read it on Go Nintendo. It seems like the whole chocolate cake or whatever, then like you put the picture into Google and it comes up April 2nd. So it seems like Silksong, I don't know. Maybe Silksong shows up at the Switch 2 February Switch 2 Direct or something. I'm not sure. Told a customer once he had a crusty old car. You got written up for that, Nick? You got written up for telling a customer that he has a crusty old car? Silk Song Copium. I'm telling you, it sounds like copium until you actually look at the article and it's like, oh snap, that's actually real. So yeah, at least it's like what the developer did. Switch 2 can help Star Fox come back. I mean, anytime that you get a new system, it can always help it come back, right? If you got ideas. March is also a big month for Nintendo with the release of Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition and 40th anniversary of Mario Bros, which may also get its own Direct. I'll have to look forward to. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to get its own Direct, but I mean, yeah, definitely that'd be cool. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles X is obviously going to be a big release, and then a big third-party game is Atelier Yumiya in March as well. Plus, Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming out for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. So it's a big month overall. 4th grade got me sent to the principal for threatening to slap a staff member. Imagine a 4th grader saying, "I'm gonna slap you. I'm gonna slap you." Yeah, you. Damage control was like, "What the 5 fingers say to the face?" Is that what you're saying? What, hey, staff member, what the 5 fingers say to the face? Oh man. Let's see. Yeah, dude complained to corporate, and and the DM hit me up. Hey you, I can see Nick over here talking. Hey man, with your crusty old car, what'd you say? Your car crusty. Well, why'd you say this man's car is crusty, Nick? What'd you say his car is crusty for? What'd he do to you? Sit there and say that he had a crusty car. What did he do to you? And was his car actually crusty? Those are the 2 questions. Why did you say that his car was crusty? And was his car actually crusty? Like, was it actually crusty? You know? I had no idea what I was doing. That's the best thing about being a kid. You just sometimes do things and you don't know why, but you just do it because it's like impulsive. And in grade school, I drew a picture of Wolverine giving the middle finger with his claw to my friend, and he snitched me out. Hey, check this out. Huh? Wolverine with the teacher. Like, oh man, I've seen those people too, Jacob. You'll be sitting there having a good time. You make one bad joke, and all of a sudden, the friendship's over. All of a sudden, they turn FBI, snitch, criminal, informant. Oh, you make one bad joke, and they turn snitch. It's crazy. I've had that happen to me, too. One bad joke, one bad thing that happened, they turn rat. Crazy, huh? Now, those people you never trust, man. You never trust those people. Never trust those people. Oh man. Let's see here. B Queen says, I forgot to assignment in 6th grade once because my dad was in town, so my teacher took me out in the hallway just so the other kids wouldn't think I was the teacher's pet. Oh, okay, yeah. You forgot to do an assignment because so she took you out so people wouldn't think that because your dad was in town. Okay, that was nice of her though. That was nice of her. Because otherwise, yeah, I always remember there were people that you would think, right? Because they were always on time, good and all that. They would get preferential treatment. And you would hear, like the teachers would hear that type of stuff, right? So that was very nice of her to do that. So people didn't sit there and say that about you. Because yeah, I remember now that I can look back and remember, I remember there was a lot of people that got teased for stuff like that, right? Like at like recess and things. So yeah, absolutely. I got sent to detention for using the bathroom at the back of the school. The annoying kid, class snitch thump. Psychopie, that's definitely something that a Sonic fan would do. Yeah, definitely something that reminds me, this is a little bit graphic, but that reminds me of something that happened when I was in elementary. Somebody decided to use a number 2 in the men's urinal. And man, bro, when they found out that happened, it was a SOS. All systems stopped. We literally stopped. You just hear the intercom. And the principal was like, everyone, listen up. There was something that happened today, and we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Somebody did a duty, they said duty back then, a duty in the urinal that is not allowed, and that will not be tolerated. And we were just like I was literally trying, I was like in my chair and I was like convulsing to not laugh. This was like when I was in 5th grade. So I was like 9, 10 years old. And I remember I was just like, when I was trying so hard to not laugh, because who would do that? Who would sit there and go, like that's first one, that's disgusting. That's why I was always afraid of using the bathroom at school. The bathrooms were disgusting. They tried to clean them, but the kids were nasty as hell. Okay, the kids were so nasty back then. They're nasty now. Like bathrooms are always nasty. At like high schools and stuff like that. But or just in schools, they're just nasty. Unless you go to like private schools, they're nice. Like all like the Christian schools and like the Catholic schools and stuff like that, they always say, oh, our bathrooms are great. You know, I'm like, I need to go there. Like, but the bathrooms at the public, oh my gosh, bro. Or like the private schools were okay, but like, yeah, the public schools, they were always. I don't remember a time that the bathrooms were ever not nasty. And even though they would clean them, the people were just nasty, bro. But yeah. So like they literally stopped the whole thing. We had a what's it called? We had an assembly. They held an assembly on cleanliness, on this for girls, obviously girls with, periods and things like that. Like they held an assembly. They did this, they did that, bro. They literally stopped class and marched us all the way to the atrium or to the whatever, like the cafeteria. Oh my God. And she was just saying, this is this, we expect this. She was so upset that happened, which rightfully so. Back then, we were trying not to laugh, but like, it was like one of those, and like our teacher was like, you guys better not laugh. Anybody laughing, you're gonna get sent up, you're gonna get detention. Like they were threatening us with like Camp Keep, or was it Camp Keep? They were threatening the 6th graders with Camp Keep. If you laughed, or if you did this, or if you did that, you will not go to Camp Keep. They were acting like it was all systems on deck, because it had happened once and maybe they just said whatever, but then it started happening. So then they just said, okay, enough is enough. We're gonna start threatening you guys. So they started threatening people, started saying that we're gonna, we're gonna take away privileges and benefits, like we're gonna, and all these type of things. So yeah. So it stopped after that. It never happened again. So they definitely put the fear in us, So yeah. We try to go to the Switch 2 experience. Yeah, I got a drawing. Hopefully I get in with the ticket. But if I don't get in with the ticket, maybe I can pull a few strings to go to the Los Angeles one. That's crazy how they're telling kids to not laugh at toilet humor. It's like, come on. But that's not toilet humor. That's like somebody doing like, and apparently it wasn't small either. It was like a whole, cafeteria pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't small. Like, and like for the janitor, that sucks for him. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let's see. In 5th grade, I told a girl roses are red, violets are black, so that's why your chest is flat. As a comeback, and it was bars. I still laugh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a good one. Somebody decided to pull down their pants, squeeze up chocolate. Yeah, somebody just did that. The thing that I hated the most too is like, what I hated too is when I was younger, people would go into the bathroom and some kids would just pull down like just the whole. I'm like, bro, like you don't gotta do all that. Like, you don't gotta do all that. Like, there was always those kids that did that. They would just be like, when they're using like, they're just peeing and they just be like, whoop. I'm like, the first thing I walk in is a full moon. I'm like, bro, like, why? Oh my God, what? I just be like, ugh. So yeah. Maybe a girl did it. Well, it was in the men's restroom, but I mean, like, yeah, maybe a girl would walk in there and do that, but I doubt it. Ian K, shout outs. No summer camp, that's scary. Oh yeah, there used to be, like, here, at least here in California, I don't know what you guys have in other places, but maybe you guys have heard this, but there's a place called Camp Keep. Okay, and Camp Keep is freaking lit. For when you're in 6th grade, for 1 week, or at least for like 3 or 4 days, you go off to like the wilderness, like the mountains or like the forest or whatever.
That was
and you hang out with all the people up there, and like you go camping, and like
I remember
it's so
back
cool.
in middle school,
Yeah.
there was one kid in my class that used to pick on me that nobody liked.
Okay.
One time in between classes he was trying to mess with me. I caught him in a chokehold and threw him in the ground.
Oh.
Never touched me again.
Sometimes you gotta stick up for yourself, man. Sometimes you gotta stick up for yourself for that, man. Sometimes you definitely have to stick up for yourself. So yeah, shout outs. Thank you for the 345, DeAndre. But yeah, man, like you threaten a kid with Camp Keep, at least where where I was at, they all of a sudden become completely everything, man. So yeah, man, it was crazy. So yeah, Camp Keep is so lit, dude. You go hiking, you go up to like the forest or whatever. You go camping, right? And like they have like the food for you. It's just so cool. Camp Keep is just so dope. It's like, at least back then it wasn't super expensive. I don't know how it is now, but like it was like $100 or something like that. And like you get to go, you get on the bus. You guys all go up there. It's like a number of hours away, and it's just lit. Like you have like your you're there with all your homies, and like you guys have like your bunks, and it's just so cool. So like if you threaten someone with Camp Keep, oh my goodness, like the kids that didn't go to, like you only go to Camp Keep once, unless you're like a counselor when you're older. But Camp Keep, like at least in the system that I was at, it's only one time. You go in 6th grade. There is no other time to go to Camp Keep. They only take 11 and 12-year-olds, at least with the school system. Now, you can go on a separate thing, but for school-wise, you only go once. So, you never did anything to threaten Camp Keep. Like, if they start threatening Camp Keep, you're in trouble. You better straighten out, because at least, after Camp Keep and whatever. But before, ooh, absolutely not, man. Anybody here go to Camp Keep, or is that just a California thing where I'm at? Let's hear. Hey, what's up, the Great Wild? Welcome to the stream. Shout outs, man. Football locker room with the no doors on the stall. Pulling a RGT. That's how RGT be doing at the schools. Yeah. Shout outs, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. We are going
even further beyond.
Even further beyond. Big love to Justin with the 49. Once again, still the Hokage of the stream. Psycho Pie killing it, chopping it up with the Stream Ninja 20. Thank you guys for the support. JoJo Fridays is in effect. Let's go. I got in trouble for acting like a clown in elementary school. My teacher punished me by making me write a report on cartoon characters, and I showed him by writing a 50-page report. A 50-page report with like, what, 40 pages of it, pictures, drawings? No, I'm just joking, brother. A 50-page report on cartoon characters? That's crazy, bro. Shout outs. In the FL, we had a summer camp program through YMCA. That was fun. Yeah, this wasn't summer though, Delphia. It wasn't summer. This was during the school year, and it was just like 1 week out of there. So like basically, you would leave on Monday. You would get there. You would leave on Monday. You would get there like in the afternoon because you leave in the morning. You probably get there like noonish. You'd hang out there, and then we leave on Thursday, and then we get back, and then we get Friday off from school. We don't have to go to school on Friday. So it was basically like basically 3 full nights. It was Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh no, we leave on Thursday. So I think it was yeah. Or did we leave on Friday? Yes, we leave on Friday. You don't have to go to school. Obviously, like we get back, but you don't have to go to school. Like you're done. So it was cool. Cap says, "OJ, you think there's gonna be scalpers copping a Switch too?" Absolutely, but Nintendo definitely seems like they're gonna be doing some things to stop the scalping. I actually went over it in a big video. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. I thought it was a pretty cool video. But I talk about what Nintendo's doing maybe to stop the anti-scalper situation that's going in a direct update. So check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, I talk about that because looks like they might be doing some like going after eBay listings like legally. And they're going to be obviously producing a lot of Switch 2 systems. So yeah. I had one of those 1 week camps in SoCal. It was sick. What age were you, Nick? Was it when you were younger, or was it like how old were you? Had to call home in 3rd grade after a friend snitched on me for calling yeah. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you got. That's what happens, dude. They snitch. There was a South Park episode. There was a kid pooped in a urinal, and one of the teachers had the similar reaction meltdown. See, so it's not just me. It's not just where it happened. It's happened in other places, clearly. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a South Park stuff. elementary. Okay, so yeah, it's very similar to Camp Keep then. Okay, yeah. So it's basically like you guys is Camp Keep. I know in California they do it a lot in California, and I know you're a California dude too. So, but I don't know if they do it outside of California, like outside of like summer camp. Like I know about summer camp, like YMCA, things like that. But this was like during school. Camp Keep was just lit. I mean, summer camp feels like you're like somebody borrows money, and then when they borrow the money, they like. I don't know. It's like they give it right back to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. You feel like, oh, that's my time anyway. Like I deserve that. Whereas like Camp Keep during the school year, it's like, oh, I get to actually do this instead of schoolwork. You know what I'm saying? So like summer camps, it's like, don't get me wrong, summer camp's dope, but it's like this is my time anyway. Whereas Camp Keep, it was during the school year, so it was like, oh, this is like special because it's during the school year. Summer's my time anyway. Yeah, if I want to go to camp, cool, I go to camp, but. During the school year and I get to go to camp? Oh, that's awesome. And I don't got to do schoolwork either. There's no schoolwork. We eat, we go camping, we learn about animals. We went, I saw a whale and the whale went like we saw a whale. There was like a bear in the background somewhere. There was like a bear up there. It was cool, man. I was like, man, there's all these animals that I've never seen before. Like this is dope, Like, and I don't got to do a shred of schoolwork, Let's see, I had a camp event when I was like 6th or 7th grade. I was in CT. Okay, yeah. So you guys have your own like camp stuff. It's just different. It's not not called Camp Keep, So yeah. I used to have a friend when he was little. He let me call him Justin Bieber as a joke, and he also gave me a nickname. He said I was bullying him during assembly, and I got in trouble to betray. Yo, he was cool with you until he didn't like it. That's what I'm saying. One bad joke, and all of a sudden he turns FBI informant, Pika, just by calling him the Biebs. Just by calling him the Biebs. That's crazy. That's crazy. If you guys have Switch 2 questions, feel free to tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence by itself. More than happy to answer your Switch 2 questions. Go over any other comments that you have, or like I said, concerns, or whatever the case is. Like we can discuss all of it. We've got a long stream tonight. We've already been I've been blabbering for 2 hours already, which is crazy. So we're gonna extend this baby out for the 3-hour mark. But yeah, I have one ticket so far. So we'll see if I'll be able to get into this Nintendo Switch 2 experience. That's coming. We will see. The ticket drawing for April 11th. So I hope hopefully I can get it. Hopefully I can get in there, baby. Hopefully I can get in. So the best school trip is when I was going to secondary school. I was like about 15. We went to this adventure holiday place, and I got to go abseiling, rock climbing, quad biking. Oh yeah, all that stuff's so fun. Like doing all like different types of activities that you never did before. It's so cool, Mr. L. Absolutely. Wish it was April already. Yeah, it would have been nice. But we got probably a direct that's coming next month. So look forward to that. It's already almost February. That's the crazy thing. So this direct is coming up sooner than we can even know, Let's see here. Players, thanks for not clowning on Jim Ryan's mismanagement. I guess we could have clowned on it today, right? But yeah, I mean, listen, man. Maybe we'll talk about it later, but there's really not anything more to be said, Nick. We've already clowned on it, right? Like, I like to be fair. Like, I don't want to beat around the bush. Like, but we've already kind of clowned the whole live service stuff. And yeah, I mean, listen, I might make a video on it talking about it, but I mean, he mismanaged. I mean, he mismanaged Sony. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, I don't think I was even going to bring it up today, but I mean, we've already talked about this. We've been there, done that. We get it. They kind of screwed this generation. Like, let's just be real. We would have had more games if Sony didn't do this, and Jim Ryan messed it up. Like, he messed it up. Like, let's just be real, because I ain't never seen Sony go through something like this before. At least, like, not that I can remember. Like, with the PS4 era, PS3 era, even in the PS3 era, when people were talking about, oh, there wasn't enough games, like, at times, like, there was still, like, Resistance 1, 2, 3, Uncharted 1, 2, 3, Skyhawk, Warhawk. There was still, Little Big Planet 1, 2, 3. There was like there was like a lot of games and sequels released like within years. Like, it just seems it's empty. But I mean, once again, we've already discussed this. This has already been a thing that we know. They messed it up, and that's why there's just like, it feels like there's nothing that's came out. Yeah, we've gotten games, but it's not like where are like the Sony games, you know? Like, where's like the Uncharted, the Resistance, the Starhawk, the Warhawk? Where's like the Infamous? Where's that at, you know? That seems to be missing. Like, that and the sequels seem to be missing, you know? So, you know, but like I said, Nick, we've beaten that topic to death. What else is there to say? I mean, we've beaten lots of topics, but there's nothing else for me to say. Like, what else can I say, you know? It is what it is. It happened. I don't know. I think the Spawncast maybe talked about it. So like I said, maybe we'll discuss it later and we can discuss what they're going to do. But I do think that next year they're going to rebound. They're going to have a pretty good year next year. I do think, even though we don't really know much outside of Ghost and maybe like a few other games, but I think next year is probably going to be better, a little bit better for them. In terms of like the big Sony style first party games. Not like, oh, we bought, you know, this Rise of the Ronin or, you know, Stellar Blade, like not like that, because like those are just like, don't get me wrong, those are cool games, but those are just like third-party games that Sony just says, okay, we want that now we're gonna publish it. Like, that is like, it's okay, but it ain't like the same, you know? So do you think we won't get many third-party announcements till April because the ones that have something to show, whether the late ports have some marketing deal with Nintendo? There's definitely some King 94. But there's gonna be others where they'll probably announce it. Probably like the bigger ones are gonna be at Nintendo Directs for sure. But some of the smaller ones probably won't be. Well, so I was broiling. Oh, boiling. And someone with the old Hulu guy brought a Wii U. We played new Soup almost the whole day. Okay. Think about not many third parties don't have dev kits, and the ones who do, all of the third party King 94, all of the major third party developers have dev kits. All of them have dev kits for the Switch 2. They all have them. They got dev kits a year and a half ago or so, year plus ago. So they've already been having dev kits. You don't get dev kits once they announce the system. You get dev kits well before the system is announced. You know. Let's see here. Oh, Spawncast RGT cried about. I mean, the new DK being a ripoff. I mean, he's been complaining about it. So I mean, I don't think anybody cares about the new DK game. Like, if you want to buy it, buy it. If you don't, you don't. That's really it. It's an old game at this point, so it's not that big of a deal. Move on. Do we have to be? I think you meant concerned about tariffs. I wouldn't be concerned right now. I think once if something comes to pass, then be concerned, but there's nothing that you can do if they do come into play. They are what they are, so there's nothing to be concerned about. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I mean, if it does happen, then yeah, then say something, be, you know, angry about it, and you can do whatever you can want to do, but there's no point in sitting here and worrying about it when we don't know exactly how it's going to go down. So let's wait and see. You know, cross that bridge once we get there, because there's really nothing that any of us is going to say that's going to help stop that, you know, if it does happen. Let's see here. Worked at DQ. Just got my friend a job there. I gave him a cousin burger. Next day, my new boss calls the office, says, "Why you give away a burger?" Friend points right at me. No hesitation, fired. Oh my gosh. 777. Gave your friend a job there. Gave my cousin a burger. Next day, new boss calls to the office and asks who gave away the burger. Friend points right at, and you got that guy a job. Seriously, that's like, you know what? You know what that type of thing is, 777. That's like, I wear a hood and I know what time you're off work, and I wear a hood and I like maybe and I pay you a visit. That's almost something like that. Like, oh, okay, you're gonna be like that? All right. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? That'll get me. If I was young, that's like, I wear a hood. I know what car you have. Okay, let me just grab this pocket knife. To the two of the car, like to your tires. You can take care of that now. See how you feel. That's definitely something that I would have done. If I ever got somebody a job and they just no hesitation ratted me out, oh, I'm taking out the tires. I'm doing something. I'm going to act crazy. Now, if I'm older, I'm like, whatever, you know, you're whatever. I don't care. You know, at my age now, and if that happened to me, but back then, oh no, that definitely would have been, I'm going to punch you. I'm going to, you know, jump you later, or I'm going to, or I'm going to slash your tires and do something stupid because I'm going to act crazy when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do something like that. So that is crazy work though. Yeah. He was definitely never your friend. if he just no hesitation. Now, if he was threatened with his own job and like maybe, okay, there was an ultimatum because they knew that he was around, then okay, like you can understand that. But the fact that he just, you know, that he just did that, you know, oh my gosh. But oh, I want to also add too, like, it's okay to be upset or, you know, if you don't like the fact in terms of rip off DK or whatever, it's okay. Like, it doesn't, it's fine. It's okay if you feel that way. It's okay if you don't feel that way. Whatever way you feel, that's fine. It doesn't, you know, it's cool. That's what I meant to say. So it's valid if people feel that way. It's not, and if people don't feel that way, that's cool too. You know, either one. You think we are going to lose PlayStation or Xbox as a console platform, PlayStation or Nintendo? No, I don't think so. At least not now. So yeah, that's so wild. 777. See, if it happens, make friends with some Canadians that live near the border. No, hold up. I ain't gonna go that far. No, I ain't gonna like hurt him to the point where it's gonna be like that bad, you know. But I mean, I don't know, man. I'll probably do a couple kicks then run, or take the tires, man. No, I'm just messing around. Shout outs to DeAndre. Thank you for the 345, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. One day, Jennifer says, one day a kid threw a paper airplane at a math teacher and said it was me, and I got told to stand in the corner, but when the teacher opened up the paper airplane, the kid forgot he signed his name on it. Oh man, you got blamed and they opened it up and it was the kid's name. Oh my god, caught. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Oh my goodness, that's so wild. So yeah, man, it's all good though. It's all good. That's some of the crazy stories though. But that I mean, like, listen, that's gonna happen though, man. That's why, like, when you get a job somewhere, guys, you don't never actually trust anyone at the job. Like, you don't ever trust anyone at the job, because trust me, they will rat you out in a sec. Like, bro, in like 2 seconds they will tell on you and rat you out. Shout out to Semiquin with the 100 core crystals. All that for a burger? Is it true that there's no such thing as friends with benefits? But my music. Well, I mean, it wasn't about. It was like a homie. It was supposed to be like that type of friend. But yeah, all that over a burger. But yeah, friends with that's a whole different thing. My music request is Castlevania the Adventure Kel music theme. I had worded it to avoid championship. Okay, gotcha. I know what it is. Thank you so much to Simeon with another core crystal. I'm telling you, man, like, let me tell you guys a good example of this. Like, okay, so I was working, this was decades ago. I was at a job, right? There was me and this girl. Whatever. We had like a little thing, whatever the case is, you know. Didn't really date, but, you know, like, hung out, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, hey, look, you know, like, we work together, so I was like, you know, you don't gotta say anything, you know, let's just, you know, keep things just normal at work. Bro, I kid you not, the next day, like, we hung out one night, the next day, I walk up, they're all looking at me, like, and like they know it, and she's there, and I'm just like, and I'm just like, why you gotta, like, you can't trust, and she's like, oh yeah, no problem, and I'm like, so you can't, that's what I'm like, you can't trust nobody at work, bro. They're just gonna rat you out, or they're just gonna talk, like, the next day. Like, she didn't even wait, like, 1 day, bro. Like, she waited, like, a day and a half. So it was stupid. Castlevania, the adventure. Okay. So yeah, I don't really think PlayStation or, you know, is going anywhere or anything like that. I know people talk about that, like Xbox potentially, you know, leaving the console business, but I think that Xbox is probably gonna make a Steam Deck type of thing, right? Like, Xbox is gonna make like a Steam Deck type of thing, and, you know, we're going to see it from that point of view. So I don't really think they're gonna go anywhere. So yeah, I don't see that going anywhere. That is really short. Let me loop it. That is really short. I don't know if my chat froze because I do not see any new comments. So I'm going to redo my chat stuff here. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, here we go. All right, so yeah, if you have any other questions, you can tag me at PlayerSense, hashtag PlayerSense. We still have like about a good 30 minutes plus based off the time on the stream. Hit that like button too. It'd be cool if we can get to 200 likes, guys. We're at 166 likes. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes on this piece. Let's go. So if we can get to 200 likes, that'd be good. Hit that like button. If you're on mobile, you can do it. If you're on your console, you can do that as well. You can just, you know, move up and then you can see the like button. Hit that like button. Let them know. Let's go. Let's go. Shout outs to Simeon Coin. Once again, holding down Twitch pretty much by himself. Multiple core crystals. Let's get it. Shout outs. But let me see if I missed anybody's comments as well. What did Chart say? I didn't see what Chart said. Oh, man. Shout outs, though. Shout outs to Chart. He's the homie. Shout outs to the Great Wah. If I didn't say what up to the Great Wah. What's good, man? Welcome to the stream. It says, just welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by the community guidelines. Community guidelines are always very important. Always very important to have. So where are the Switch 3 rumors? Says Kevin. Yes, that's what everyone's waiting for. We're all waiting to see exactly when Switch 3 rumors are going to start up. So we'll see about that. It's coming soon, though. Don't worry. It's coming soon. What's up, OJ? It was a crazy chat yesterday. Tons of peeps. Oh, yeah. It was definitely a crazy chat yesterday. It was fun. A lot of fun. We got a lot of viewers, though. We got 700 plus viewing on all platforms today between Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, all that stuff. So shout outs to the YouTube peeps. Shout outs to the Twitch peeps as well. Appreciate you guys watching. Not a lot on there. Still people, and there's always like hella people watching on Twitter just in the background and stuff. So odds it's called Switch 3 or something else. Odds it's called Switch 3. You mean the next Switch? Or like the next Nintendo system? I don't think Nintendo even knows what their next system is going to be. Like, I don't think they even know what they're going to do next. I'm pretty sure that they're prototyping or getting ready like a stronger Switch. But I mean, like, I don't know if they think that they're going to actually do that next, like their next generation. But yeah, they're clearly putting together probably like a stronger system, like a Switch Pro or like Switch 2 Pro or something. But I don't think they even know what their next system is after that. So the odds, I would say that the odds are good if the Switch 2 sells well. Like if the Switch 2 sells well, like I don't discount there being a Switch 3, you know? Like at some point. Hybrids might be the peak form. Like, you ever get to, like, your peak form? You know, like, that's, like, the ultimate form of, like, you know, before it was, like, obviously, you know, in Dragon Ball Z, like, Super Saiyan 3, right? And now there's more Super Saiyans, obviously. But Dragon Ball Z, it's, like, that was, like, the peak, right? The peak. So, I mean, like, you know, if you get to Super Saiyan 3, that's the peak, man. There ain't nothing past that. So, right now, hybrids are, like, peak form. But Super Saiyan 3 isn't perfect. Uses up a lot of energy, you know, there's other drawbacks, but it's really good, you know. So I think right now the hybrids are like they're still figuring out what's the best about hybrids, you know. They're still figuring it out. Yo, Justin with the $3.
I really like how the Switch 2 is still pretty thin and not like a Game Gear or something. Lol.
Yeah, that's one thing that I would say is like I don't like about a lot of this stuff. Like a lot of the systems are really bulky, and I don't like bulky systems. So yeah, absolutely, that's definitely a good thing for sure. Shout outs to Justin. I'm gonna get you some more Kirby music. Kirby Air Ride. City Trial. Yeah, I knew that. I knew what music I wanted. Let's go. I knew what music I wanted, baby. Let's see, the next, some kind of augmented reality, virtual reality. Yeah. Virtual. Part of me kind of hopes Nintendo keeps going with the hybrid concept. I don't think they'll, like, if the Switch 2 is incredibly successful or successful, I don't think they're going to stop it. Because, like, it's, like, kind of like the peak form right now, you know? Have you gone over your dream lineup for the launch? That's a good question. I have not. But yeah, Mario Kart would be great. But I think I'll probably put together 10 titles that I really want to see on the Nintendo Switch 2 launch, or like, you know, like a dream launch lineup, you know. But obviously I don't want to have to buy 10 games. So like having like a dream launch lineup, it's not like, oh, I'm going to buy every one of those games, but like for variety's sake, right? So yeah. OJ, please don't start this topic now. What topic? Shout out to Justin. Thank you for the $3 though, man. I appreciate it. Um, let's see. Okay, I mean, no, not VR, as in VR goggles, but I meant it's like holodecks. Yeah, I think that might be something that Nintendo does in the future. Like holodeck's cool, right? Like you have like a instrument, and like it projects and like you can interact in a game that way. I think that'd be actually pretty cool. I think that'd be like a dope thing. That could be something that they do in the future, which they've actually dabbled in that. Kid Icarus Uprising has, you know, AR like cards that are right there that look actually pretty cool considering when it came out, you know? So yeah, I definitely think that's possible. That might be something that they intertwine with their next system, or even with the Switch 2 at some point. Hopefully the 3 will be called Super Switch. I don't think they're ever gonna call it Super Switch because that sounds like an upgrade and not like a new system. So I think that they might use that for like a Super Switch 2, right? They might do something like that, like where it's like an upgrade. But I don't think they're ever gonna call like a new system an old moniker. You see what I'm saying? Like using something that you've already used before, it sounds like an upgrade in today's day. Now I know that it'd be a sequel or whatever, but that sounds like an upgrade, you know? So I don't think that if it's a sequel to a system, like an actual new, not an upgrade, but a sequel, they're probably not going to use a moniker like that. Now, back in the day when you only had one Nintendo, yeah, you can say Super Nintendo because, oh wow, it's the Super. But now that we've had so many console iterations and pro systems, like using an old moniker like that just doesn't fit anymore, you know? Okay, yeah, no Nintendo Switch 2 Pro. Okay, well, listen, guys, Nintendo's probably gonna work on a revision that's a little bit more powerful. Like they've always done it. Now they didn't do it in the Switch era. I get that, but it's something that's been done so much, like you can't ignore it. Like the Game Boy to Game Boy Color, you know, the Game Boy Advance. No, they didn't do it, but they gave a backlit screen that was huge, you know. So that's kind of more like the OLED, right? So they always do something. So I can definitely see them doing that, like some type of like upgrade, DS to DSi, 3DS to new Nintendo 3DS. Like they've done it so many times, so I wouldn't rule it out. But yeah, obviously I don't want to start that. You're right, House King. Let's not start that nonsense right now before we even, you know. I agree with you. No, we should, you know, we don't need to start that you know, that situation. So yeah, man. Rams can beat the Eagles. Our defense is hot right now. Rams can beat anybody in the NFC. Rams can beat anybody in the NFL if they play their game. They can beat anybody. Absolutely. Absolutely. If they play their game, if they play to the best of their ability, they can beat anybody. They got the tools and the defense to do it. But I don't know if they will though. Like I don't know if they'll be able to handle Lamar Jackson. I don't know if that defense is ever like in the NFC, there's nothing like Lamar Jackson in the NFC. So I mean, if you pull Lamar Jackson, I don't know if you'll be able to handle that, but you know, because you guys got absolutely destroyed by Josh Allen. I mean, you guys won, but you guys also blocked you blocked a field goal and stuff like that, right? Or you blocked like a punt and you know stuff like that. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to cook Allen like that or cook that defense like that again, and you know, so that'd be the only thing that I'd be hesitant to say that if you got like the powerhouse AFC teams. NFC, yeah, you can beat anybody in the NFC. So let's see here. I don't know why they play games in the snow and all that. That's stupid. Like in the playoffs, every game should be played in a dome. Like there should be a requirement for the dome to be put up. Stupid playing games in snow and all sorts of weird weather. Playoffs, that's weird. Because in the Super Bowl, they say, nope, perfect weather in the Super Bowl. What games are you playing currently? I've been playing Visions of Mana. Yeah, Super Nintendo Switch as more nostalgia want. I was the one who suggested, but I didn't expect it to happen. It was something of a foregone era in the new era. Yeah, I mean, I even said that too. I said it myself, like maybe they're going to call it Nintendo Switch Super or something like that. But yeah, after thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, they're probably just going to call it Nintendo Switch 2. And everyone started saying it's probably going to be called Nintendo Switch 2. So there you go. Someone from a big list announced micro SD Express products for Switch 2 that uses. If you like that, OJ, I can shoot you a DM at LinkedIn or LinkedIn case, share with your audience. Yeah, maybe we can do that. I'll definitely look it over first, and then we can maybe do that on the next stream for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Speaking of sports, real fast, y'all hear Tubi gonna have the Super Bowl in 4K for free? I think that's what's happening. Tubi's gonna have the Super Bowl 4K for free. I didn't know about that, but if that's the case, that'd be pretty cool. I'd be down. Last time, what did I have to do to watch the Super Bowl? Like I think I watched it. Like I had to download YouTube TV. I know that like you can like do it like on Stream East and all that, but like YouTube TV if you want to watch it like in good quality. Like I had to like sign up for YouTube TV and then like cancel after like before like a month or whatever, or however whenever it ran out, because like I don't care about YouTube TV. Let's see. I initially thought Super Nintendo Switch, but I'm glad they went with Switch 2. Yeah, I think a lot of people thought that that's what they might call it, but once again, it sounds too much like an upgrade. And you know, people, I'm telling you, they could have had. Let me tell you guys something right now. They could have had the exact same Switch 2 trailer, but it was just called Super. If they just put Super Nintendo Switch, and I guarantee you, there would have been people like the first thing Eurogamer, the first thing every site would have like. Nintendo announces a confusing upgrade, or is it a sequel? I guarantee you, every single website would have posted, is this the second coming of Wii U? We don't know what it is. Oh, Nintendo, dude, I just know. Even if Nintendo hand mails them, this is a successor. This is a new system. This is new. They can say, hey guys, this is a new system it's completely new. It's this. But if they called it Nintendo Switch Super, or Super Nintendo Switch, people would have. They would have done it.
Visions of Mana reminds me about how people don't know what PS2 graphics look like. Lol.
Yeah, you see my post down there. Yeah, that was a banging post. I kind of had like a banger on that one, so that was pretty good. It was pretty good. Yeah, people don't remember what PS2 graphics look like, because there was a Mana game on there, and it looked rough. If I do say so myself. So yeah, man. Shout outs to Justin with another $3, up to 55. Anybody that's 55 or more, you can type or beat out Justin on the whole Kage board on this JoJo Friday. We are out here tonight, guys. Thank you so much for the support tonight. I appreciate that. Sony will counter Switch 2 with the new $900 PSP that uses weird proprietary storage that is overpriced. I don't think so. I think they learned their lesson. I think they learned their lesson with the PS Vita. So I think they learned. The Wii U game, everyone had PTSD. I'm telling you, man. Every website would have been like, no, it's a Wii U. No, they don't know. Like they would have purposefully done that, because it's views. It's views and it's money. They don't care about the long-term health, man. They just care about what they can get right then and there. I guarantee you, because that's what they did with the Wii. That's what they did with the Wii U, man. Like, that's what they did. So, nah, I think that they had to. Like, they had no... If there was one thing that Nintendo definitely looked at fan feedback and looked at what happened, it was definitely that, and saying, okay, we can't have that happen again, no matter what. So, that was absolutely... Like, to call it Nintendo Switch 2, that was a Furukawa executive decision. We've got to do this, otherwise people are just going to screw us over, you know? Yes, the Switch 2 has a micro SD card slot. Yes, it has a micro SD card slot. So yes, it does. It's gonna use micro SD cards. Micro SD cards. It's gonna use express micro SD cards. Express micro SD cards. Big long time Ravens fan here. As long as we beat Buffalo, I hope KC beats Houston. Face the best of the best. No, you definitely want. No, you don't want, if you're a Ravens fan, you definitely want Houston to beat KC. Because then if Houston beats KC, and then if you beat Buffalo, you get a home game to go to the Super Bowl. So you definitely want Houston to beat KC, which they can. I think Houston, they've got the firepower and the offense and the team to do it. They've got a streaky defense that can pick off, they got one of the best corners in the game. They've got a streaky defense as well. So, like, they can do it. But no, you definitely want, trust me, you definitely want Houston to beat KC. Because if you beat Buffalo, you get a home playoff game. You get a home playoff game to go to the Super Bowl. You want Houston to beat KC. Trust me, you do. Furukawa is the guy that has the final say. Absolutely, Furukawa. Well, it's a executive thing, but yes, Furukawa has the grand power he is the man in charge. What he says goes. But obviously he consults with his other executives. You have Koizumi, you have Shinya Takahashi, you have other guys that are part of the board. But definitely Furukawa is the man when it comes down to it. He is the CEO of Nintendo, of all of Nintendo. So Lamar has to play Mahomes. It's personal at this point. I'm telling you right now, you never want to run into Mahomes at any time. Like, if you can avoid Mahomes, avoid him. That's why it was so bad that the Niners didn't. I hate to bring it back to the Niners, but the Niners, they choked against the Rams when Kart dropped that pick from Matthew Stafford when they could have won that game, because the Bengals beat Mahomes that year, and that was the year to win a Super Bowl. That was the year to win a Super Bowl. So, but the Niners had 2 other shots to win though, so it's not even just that, but they just can't beat Mahomes. Puchata but then again, I mean, they couldn't beat they didn't win the Super Bowl in 2012 either. They choked that one away, so there's also that. Puchata with the Twitch Prime for 13 months, 21 months total. Thank you so much, Puchata. I appreciate that, man. Twitch Primer, let's go. Shout outs, appreciate the Twitch Prime. You're on subscribe for 21 months on a 13-month streak. Yo, we out here. Let's go. You just talk about what Sony will do with their next PSP. I think that the rumors that they're gonna make a portable PS5. So, and then probably like it streams PS6 games. So maybe it's a portable PS5 and PS4 player. It's all digital. That's what I'm guessing. I know, almost. They almost win. They should have, could have, would have, should have. So I mean, next year, if they don't win, they're probably never gonna win in the next number of years, until the next generation of stars come, after Purdy's done playing. If they don't win next year, because everything's set up for them to win next year. They can get Purdy to a nice long-term deal where they space it out. They've got plenty of cap space. They can re-sign people. They've got plenty of money. Everyone's gonna be back healthy. They've got everything that they need. And the Super Bowl's at Levi Stadium, at their home stadium. And they've got a cupcake schedule because they got body. They got basic. They were losing all year. So their schedule is, oh my God, their schedule is just so easy. They've got so many bad teams from this year on there. Not saying that they're going to beat all those bad teams, but it definitely looks like they got a cupcake schedule. So this is the opportunity to actually win the Super Bowl next year for the Niners. If they don't win it next year, I don't see them winning, I don't see them winning anytime soon. They're going to have to wait for, the next generation of players, the next 5-6 years. Kind of like after they lost that Super Bowl against the Ravens, it wasn't until, the next whole slew of new players came in. So, which is every 5 or 6 years, you have a whole new team. So that's what I mean by next generation. I mean, the next... where everybody from the last team is gone, and then it's everybody new, right? So when the Niners went back in 2012, everybody from that team that was on there was not on the team that went in 2019 or whatever. There was a completely new team, So that's what I mean by that. So yeah. Nah, man, I generally would rather have KC as our conference champs. Opponents call me insane. You're insane. I think back to the 2012 run, Manning, Brady, Kev. I love that win over Allen and Mahomes. You're insane. You're insane, Dizzy Punch. Yes, you're insane. Oh, man. Let's see here. Chartar with the $5 says, I must be banned from your comments if you're not seeing them. Still hope the Ravens lose. You probably have the same butthurt mod from the Spawncast. Your comments aren't banned, Chartar. Thank you for the $5. But I can't see your... No, I can see your comments right here. Houston lost to the Ravens earlier this year. Still hope the Ravens lose. No, I see your comments. Some people say... No, your comments are here. You're good. I can see them. But no, you got banned from the Spawncast? That's crazy. But no, you're good, man. I can see your comments. Thank you for the $5. I didn't know you guys banned from the Spawncast, though. Yeah, I thought for a second, because somebody tagged you and I thought that maybe I didn't see what you said. Not that I couldn't see all your comments. I just wanted to see what you said before. I think that's what you're talking about. Thank you for the $5, though. Appreciate that, Chartar. But no, I'm going to reply to you right now. We can see your comments, buddy. We can see your comments. You're good. Let's see. Who the hell can you tell the first one, second outside gaming and prior knowledge? Who the hell can tell which one is first or second outside of gaming and prior knowledge? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Max Rep Fit GM? What does that mean? Can you explain? Microsoft has terrible naming schemes. While we're talking about confusing names, people always said that Microsoft's names are just fine. Their names are fine. People just need to learn them, you know? Prior comment. Microsoft. Okay, the naming schemes. Okay. Got you. Oh, okay, yeah, like the Xbox, the original Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, X, Xbox, you know, there's all sorts of different ones. Yeah, Xbox SAD, all digital edition. Sony always manages to screw things up. They should stick to their thing. Hey, what are you talking about, Felipe? Listen, I love that the Switch 2 was more of a clap instead of a snap with Switch 1. Well, they have to make it a little bit different, right? Speaking of that, let's react to that trailer once again. Let's do another reaction to that trailer just because I think it's pretty cool. Let's see how many I have a video on it too. And oh man, it sucks if I don't get that video. I got to get that video out today because I talk about the trailer. And yeah, I got to the videos that I just got to make a thumbnail and all that for it. But yeah, let's watch this trailer again. Let's watch this trailer again. Yeah, okay, it's still got about 16 million views, but it's going on. It's almost 17 million views now, though, and it's gonna be on 1 million comments, and yeah, over 100,000 over 100,000 comments, 1 million likes, and nearly 17 million views. It's crazy, bro. Let's watch it again. If you guys have any details that you want to point out, let me know. We'll definitely take a look at that. All right, so let's see here. There's people excited, there's people not so excited. It's kind of like both, but there's a lot of people excited for sure. So here's the Switch 1. Let's see if we can't. There's no micro SD card slot or whatever people are saying. On the Switch 1, it's on the top. Or no, it's on the bottom. Sorry, hold up. Let me see. Where is it at? No, it's behind it. It's behind it. Justin with the $3.
That trailer got me through that day of work. Lol, that song is stuck in my head.
Nice. Let's go. Thank you for the $3. Removing customizable carts, big controversy. We don't know if they're removing customizable carts or not. Xbox needs better leadership. Yeah, I think it's probably behind. The SD card slot is probably behind it, right? Or is it underneath? I forgot where it is on the Switch 1. Where is it? It's underneath the what's it called? It's underneath the thing here. The back plate, the kickstand. Yeah, it's behind the kickstand. So that's the reason why you probably didn't see it, because on Switch 1, it's underneath here. I forgot where it was because I have like a terabyte card in here, so I never changed the memory. Yeah, it's underneath. There you go. It's underneath on the Switch OLED. So it's underneath. So it makes sense that you didn't see it on here, because it's probably underneath something, right? Or is it behind something? I'm not sure. Oh, they got the Switch 2 trailers on here, ready to go. See, look, on the featured news, they're like, yeah, watch Nintendo Switch 2 now. Watch it. You can watch it right here. Get the first look trailer. Look, I can watch it right here from my Nintendo Switch 1. Now I can watch the Switch 2 trailer. Let's go. All right, well, we're gonna watch it here. I think there's one on the top and one on the bottom. There's definitely not two places to put your SD card slot. There's a USB charger. There's the game card. See, this thing's gonna lift up, right? It's probably like right here, and they just, I don't know if they altered it out or they just did something, but it's probably behind there somewhere. They're probably, this is a CG render of it or whatever, so it's not the actual Switch 2. Yeah, the original Switch was underneath the kickstand. Yeah, it was underneath it. Seems to be the same with Switch 2, behind the USB-C port. Storage in the dock. I don't think there's going to be any storage in the dock, but they have not detailed what the dock's going to be like, though. They haven't detailed it. So here's the mouse support, guys. For those that are wondering, like, what's going on, like, how are people teasing mouse support? This is still a C button. I saw a lot of people saying that, oh, there's no actual C button. Nintendo legitimately removed the button on there. They're not gonna have just a blank button. The button is gonna say something on there. There's gonna be, so they removed it, which is funny because I saw a lot of actual big content creators saying, look, there is no C button. I'm like, no, there's definitely a C button. They removed it. They didn't want to give any spoilers away. They removed it.
Hey, fellas, put your dollars.
Dizzy Punch with the $3. Thank you for the 3.
I might be insane regarding my Chiefs-Ravens desire.
You're insane.
But I'm not insane enough to not show some love for the entertainment.
Okay, that's true.
I'll try to merge the NFL and game topics.
Okay.
Do you think Madden is likely for the Switch too? And
No.
would you even want that? Lol.
I would want college football. I think college football is a good game. Madden's not very good, but I mean, obviously for people that like Madden, I'd like it for people who like Madden, but I mean, whatever if it doesn't come. But college football is a good game, so I'd like to see college football. But I think it's possible that Madden comes, but I'm not 100% sure because you just don't know what EA is going to do, you know? Thank you for the $3 though, Dizzy Punch. And yes, you wanting to see peak entertainment, I get that. Like wanting to be a gamer and wanting, no, we didn't, like you don't want any excuses, right? So if Lamar beats Buffalo and if KC somehow upsets Kansas City on some BS or on some other stuff or whatever the case is, right? If Lamar goes and wins a title, or if he doesn't win a title, they're going to be like, Lamar, you had a prime opportunity to, you know, you didn't even beat Lamar, or you didn't even beat Mahomes and you still lost. But if he goes and wins, it's going to be like, oh yeah, well, you didn't have to play Mahomes, you know? So like you didn't have to go through Mahomes. So that's the thing. Now, nobody says that about, you know, Matthew Stafford, but he plays in the NFC. So it's different. So yeah, I 100% get that, right? Like everybody back in the day, like in order to beat, like to get a Super Bowl, you had to like take down Brady, right? So, but yeah, it's all good though. I get it. My live streams are definitely peak entertainment. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Shout outs to Dizzy Punch. Two. They removed the C button. They said, I want the Lakers to play the Nuggets again. Nope. Yeah. Bad matchup. This Mario Kart game is gonna go ham. Hold up. See, look at that. You guys see that right there? See that see this is the extra little touch that if you're not careful, you're not gonna be able to see. Now I didn't notice it at first, but then later I started noticing it. Hold up. I'm gonna show you. So look at that little, see that little extra where Mario kinda, you know, where he kinda, what's it called? Where he kinda just, that little animation, like with the, and look at the little squish. Like none of that stuff happens in Mario Kart 8. It's like none of that happens in Mario Kart 8. And that little touch of personality and squishiness to the characters. So look, that little, it's like you can even see it, like Bowser, he's like, flinching. Let's see what Bowser does. I mean, yeah, whatever about the stupid kickstand and the SD card slot, whatever, it doesn't matter. There's gonna be one, okay, guys? Let's talk about Mario Kart. So it's like, there's these nice little things, like you can jump, right? You see them drifting. So obviously you can drift. And then, see, like, okay, yeah, Bowser gets bumped right there. He gets bumped. And, like, he gets, like, looks like he gets bumped again. Yeah, he gets bumped. And then, like, okay, you see that right there? That little, like, get off of me. Like, he just, boom. And then Peach goes flying because, like, I guess Bowser's bigger. So, like, you see, like, the little touches. Like, right there. See, like, that, it's like, oh, man. I hit a bump. Right? That right there is what is, like I said, nice little touches in detail that I think that they're going to spend like on the actual game. Now, how does that affect the game? I think it's going to affect like how you actually interact with the HD Rumble and the different courses, because you're going to see the characters doing and reacting and emoting in different types of ways that you didn't see before. You know, even like Luigi, his face is stretched right here. You can see Luigi, his face, like that's him normal. And then you go over the little bump, like that little bump right there. And they all kind of like, their face kind of like, it reacts to it. completely different from Mario Kart, you know, from Mario Kart 8. So that's what I'm like. I'm looking forward to seeing other little touches and details that factor into the gameplay, you know, because obviously that's a nice little touch and detail, but what else is there gonna be, you know? What else is there gonna be in the game? So I'm looking forward to seeing stuff like that, right? And you can just tell, like, the model, obviously new Donkey Kong Mario, new model for Mario in general. This is a different Mario from Mario Kart 8. But one also other thing right here, this car that Toad's driving, that's from like the Toad Rally or whatever back in the day. It's actually a nice little throwback to the Toad Rally or whatever, from the Mario Rally or whatever. Nice little throwback as well. So there's like nice little touches and details all over the place, man. Like, and here's the gas tank gimmick that I was talking about. Let's go back. We can see the gas tank gimmick is right here. Unless Mario has something that nobody else has, right there, right? And then we'll talk about it more there. Peach doesn't have her race suit on. You think they're going to be an outfit for skin customization? There could be. Peach usually wears her bodysuit outfit, but once again, they did redo the models. So maybe they're taking a look at, like, you know, like maybe you're going to be able to have different outfits, and maybe even outfits affect different stats. So we'll see about that too. But that just might be the cart design, you know? But right there, right? You have this item right here that looks like potentially a gas tank item, like a gas tank, like yellow fuel thing. Like you can't tell because of the quality and all that, but it could be that, right? Where you can, if you want, you can go there and get it. If not, or maybe if you go behind, there's something like, obviously it's going to take you longer to go around, but you'll get something there if you go around. So, so that's the bike that Peach is riding. Yeah, it's the bike that she's riding. So she doesn't have her outfit though. They're talking about she's wearing like the princess, like her princess outfit, which normally she'd be wearing like a biking suit, right? So that obviously the new Donkey Kong, you can't get a good look at, like, you know, Yoshi and some of the other characters, man, but it's gonna be cool. Says, yeah, no, okay, gotcha, bro. I love the references towards the old stuff. Give me more. Foreman Spike, DK Jr., all sorts of retro. Yeah, give me the retro stuff, man. I'm looking forward to it though. I think it's gonna be fun. The new Switch should be able to handle 24 characters all at one time. Well, yeah, that's what it's doing clearly, and it's gonna run at 60 frames. So, that's good. It's definitely a good thing. It's definitely a good thing for sure. Could be an item block. It could be, but why would one item block be off to the side like that? I don't think it's an item block. I don't think it is. I mean, it could be, but I don't think it is. But once again, we'll see. We don't know how items are going to be handled. We don't know what they're doing. Like, this could be a whole new, completely new, different type of gimmick that we ain't seen before with Mario Kart that fundamentally changes exactly how Mario Kart is. Because think about it. If you've got 24 racers on screen, having everybody have all those different items, you have to completely change the game. A lot of casuals don't, like, a lot of casual, even core gamers that just barely know about Mario Kart, they don't know about item balance. They don't know about that type of stuff, right? Or people that just play Mario Kart, they don't know. If you add or subtract racers, it automatically balances where you get items and when you get them, right? Like, core players know that, where you are, how the items are. So if you're playing with 1 or 4 players compared to, 8 players or whatever, it balances that. With 24 people on screen, you can't have the item balance and the game balance the way that it is. It's just speeds of the cars, how the tracks are laid out, how everything works is going to change. You can't do that because if you have it the same as Mario Kart 8, it's going to be too congested. You don't have enough space for 24 people to race, right? So you have to change up the level size, you have to change up the level design, you have to change up the item balance, everything, the speeds of the carts, the balance of the carts themselves, the customization, everything needs to be changed. So this can be a completely fundamentally different type of way than we've ever played Mario Kart, because we've never had this many races on one track.
What about Wonder Seeds in this new one to change up the whole course or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something, I guess, like, anti-gravity was kind of like, whoa, like, it completely changes how you race, right? Even though kind of did it, but you gave boost. So it's like, that could definitely be a thing. I mean, that can definitely be a thing. All of it is possible at this point, and that's what makes everything so exciting. Just it is all so possible, and that's what makes everything so exciting, that you don't know what they're going to do overall. You just have no idea. So Wonder Seed to change the course would be wild. Yeah, almost like a stage morph, or maybe there's even like a mode that does that, right? Like a mode that specifically does that. Open world would be really cool though. I don't think it's gonna be open world, but I think that there's definitely gonna be some other areas that you can go to race, and there could potentially even be objectives in this Mario Kart to where how you finish, or that's part of the race. Like I think that could also, like, there's so many possibilities. I think team racing, if you're playing online, team racing becomes good. Instead of 6-on-6, it's now 12-on-12. Completely different ball game, because before you had 12 people total, so it splits it into pretty smaller teams, right? Which is still fine, but 12-on-12 team racing, that's insane. Like there's, like I said, there's so many possibilities of what this can be. Man, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Or yeah, or 8v8 yeah, exactly, 8 versus 8 versus 8. I mean, oh man, it's super cool. It's super cool. Let's see. What about the booty clap? The booty clap sound effect from the Joy-Con attaching. Is it a booty clap sound mutator? I think it's just a kind of just like a normal, but okay. I even had some ideas for how 24 players will work. There was a Mario Kart Wii mod, and that had it all. It all matters greatly with items and track size. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It all matters so much with all of that. So that's what makes, like I said, it just makes this super exciting to talk about and get into, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what they're gonna do here, man. Like, oh, it's just like super exciting. It's one of those things that when you look at it overall, you're like, okay, what are they gonna do next? You know, what are they gonna do next? How are they gonna do this? How are they gonna set it up? How are they gonna get this done? Let's see here. I need to find a good beard oil. You know, I didn't use any beard oil today, but I definitely made sure that I combed it and I took a nice shower, and you know, it's there. But I definitely need to, I definitely need a trim here. I need to get a little line up, and I need to go get a haircut. So maybe I'll do that on Monday. I think Monday I'll probably go get a little beard trim, haircut, line up on the beard. So, let's see here. With 24, okay, I already read that. Shout out to Dizzy Punch. Okay, no, I didn't read this one yet. With 24 races, you can do all kinds of team formats. That's what's exciting about it. 12 pairs of 2. 12 pairs of 2 would be wild. 4 squads of 6, 3 teams of 8. Hoping they give us options there. It could be really fun. I mean, that would be good, right? If you could have multiple options, for sure. It would definitely be good if you could have multiple options. Shout outs to the Great Wild, though. Appreciate you, man. Big Randall says he's weak. I'm excited for the new mechanics paired with the tracks and animations. Yeah, Party Man, I need you to keep, like I said, Saturday. I need you, Party Man, I need you to do a full analysis, brother. I need you to do the full analysis, and I need you to be ready to go, because I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you to carry the discussion, brother. Because, you know, it's going to be a short, it's going to be like a, you know, 10, 15 minute discussion. It's not going to be super long. But I'm counting on you to carry it and bring the facts. So I need you to do the super analysis. I've done it myself, but I need you to do the super analysis. What's up, Dank? Welcome to the stream. Need you to do the super analysis on that one, man. Dynamic weather. Ooh, yeah, weather would be a good thing. Now, the only thing that I'm a little bit hesitant on weather is because Mario Kart already has, I mean, if you talk about like weather and like how it was before, you know, you already have annoying items and all that. So the only thing that I wouldn't want is that I wouldn't want weather truly affecting too much how you race, because if it's like how it is before, where there's items hitting you in banana, like I don't want to have to battle the weather and trying to just keep grip and all that plus items. So I think that having weather would be really cool, but you know, I just don't want that to affect the racing too much, you know. So yeah, I have a feeling that they'll the internet will break April. DOS in denial on the service of the website overload, too much Nintendo news. Yeah, I definitely think that the internet is gonna go wild once April comes around, because that's for sure gonna be the most watched Nintendo Direct of all time by like a country mile. So yeah. So for sure, gonna be like a pretty wild. I think it's gonna be crazy. I'm glad they're not making a live presentation. Well, yeah, they said Nintendo Direct, so this one's gonna be live, so Suda can't mess it up. No joke. I don't know if Suda's ever gonna be invited back after that last time. So yeah. I'm not sure. Hit that like button though, guys. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. I'll let you guys know. Appreciate that. Let's go. Let's see here. Glad they're not making. I think Sakurai will show up, dude. If Sakurai shows up to the direct, and if he says, "We want to let you guys know right now, we are working on the new Smash Brothers," and like a little teaser, like the oh my, it's like it's so. Guys, let me ask you guys a question. Is it good to to have the hype back? Let me ask y'all a question. After the last Nintendo Direct, not the third-party Direct, but after the last, like, Switch Direct, even though going to, like, isn't it nice to actually have, like, the hype back, like, Directs back? Like, we're probably going to get a Direct next week, or next month, which is dope. Whatever. But isn't it back to actually have, like, oh, snap, we're going to get, like, hella first-party games. New system. It feels good, man. It feels good. When you start seeing the crazy takes, oh, it's just a bigger Switch. Oh, like Nintendo doesn't surprise me. That's how you know Nintendo's back. When you start seeing those takes, it feels good, man. It feels freaking good. It feels good to actually have this feeling back. We went a whole damn Nintendo took the year off, and we went a whole year sitting here talking about woking games, like completely pissed away a year, doing absolutely nothing until Metaphor ReFantazio came out. Pissed away a whole year doing absolutely nothing. Okay? Absolutely nothing. Man, it feels good, bro. It feels good to get back into this mode. Oh, goodness gracious. It was a long year, but then it was a short year, you know? Dude, I feel like you're gonna live longer after hearing you read the Booty Club comics. I haven't stopped laughing since you read it. You feel like you're gonna live longer? Yeah. We gotta laugh. You know, the old SD cards work on the new Switch. Yeah, micro SD cards, regular ones should work. You should be able to use both. So yeah. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. I would say Mario Wonder and Tears of the Kingdom was the last for real proper Nintendo Switch, like, okay, hype cycle. That was 2023. 2024 was a bunch of stuff that's, okay, yeah, we know it's coming. Yeah, that's cool. We can play, you know, Mario, like, ports, remasters, blah, blah, blah. You know, okay, yeah, Paper Mario, that's cool. Paper Mario's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like, it's just like a lot of little things like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Okay, yeah, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool, but it wasn't like, okay, this is like super lit, right? So the last, yeah, Mario Wonder for me, absolutely. So now that 2024 is out of the way, which we thought that maybe 2024 would that be when they reveal it, but whatever, they did it. They revealed it in 2025. Now we can actually have those proper hype cycles for like Nintendo Directs. Like whether you like them or you don't, it's just you just don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what games are gonna be there. You know that they're gonna be frequent, but you just know that there's gonna be stuff. And now that we got a new system, they can actually reveal the big dogs. Now we can be like, oh snap, when's the new Smash coming? Oh snap, when's the new Xenoblade coming? And now we're actually gonna have better quality, right? It's not gonna be like, oh, okay, Nintendo Switch, obviously Nintendo Switch, okay system, but bit long in the tooth, obviously dated with some of the designs, frame rate, blah blah blah. Now we're gonna actually have a system that's gonna be more capable, you know, that we're gonna be able to get stuff, you know, that's gonna be more stable and all that. So man, dude, DLSS, it's exciting. It's exciting in that respect too, you know. So yeah. Sony couldn't take a year off. Sony couldn't take a year off. I mean, like Sony, like they like kind of took the year off by their own admission. They said, "Hey, look, we don't got any games like God of War or Spider-Man." They said that. So usually Sony at least got one game for a year that's like one of those games. They said they don't got one of those games. So by kind of like their own admission, they kind of like, yeah, like they kind of like, I wouldn't say took the year off, but like it wasn't a Sony like year, like what you'd expect from them. Don't get me wrong, Astrobot was great. I loved Astrobot, game of the year, you know, great, fantastic, you know, but like even Sony fans didn't think of it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Sony fans didn't buy the game like that. Usually it's like, okay, yeah, that got that Spider-Man 2, 10 million sold in 3 days or in the first month or whatever. Or like God of War, you know, 10 million or like whatever, Horizon 8 million, you know, something like that, right? We didn't have that from them this year. There was not that. Astrobot might be a better game than all of them. Absolutely. I enjoyed Astrobot more than I've enjoyed almost all of the PS5 games that came out this year. I'm probably thinking Astrobot, you know, in terms of exclusives, Astrobot might be my favorite PS5 game, you know, in terms of PS5 exclusives or PS5 games, like from Sony at least. But like, even Sony fans didn't buy the game like that and didn't play the game like that, you know? So that's the thing. Now for me, it was Metaphor Refantasio. That was like the I mean, I played that on PS5. It was the year of PS5 third party for me for like SMT5 Vengeance. It runs at like 120 frames, you know, on the PS5 or something crazy. It was, you know, Metaphor Refantasio. It was Unicorn Overlord on PS5. I played that on there. It was Prince of Persia. Like, I had a blast playing all like the, you know, the games like that on my PS5. I thought that was really cool. I played and beat Stellar Blade. I thought that was great. That was a great game, you know, for this year as well. But it definitely wasn't what like the Sony fans, like a lot of the hardcore Sony fans would be like, oh yeah, this is the Sony year. It was like, okay, yeah, Astrobot, but they didn't even buy it like that. So a lot of people didn't even play it, you know? So that's the thing, man. So there was, and Sony didn't have any showcases. Like, what show did Sony have any showcases? Like, they didn't have any big showcases last year, did they? I don't remember. Did they have any big showcase? It's been a while since they've had their last big showcase, right? So like, they didn't even have anything like to show the big games. So let me know. I don't remember if they did. So yeah, they had a state of play, but they didn't have like a big, like one of like third equivalent of the Nintendo Direct. The state of play is like a third party Nintendo Direct, right? Like it's like that. So with some first party stuff, but like where they show Ghost of the Yotei, right? They had that, but that was cool. But they didn't have like a big, like their big PlayStation showcase, right? Like where like when they showed like Wolverine and all that. Rebirth held it down for the first quarter last year. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even. Yeah, okay, I'll just nod and say yeah, okay. I'm not gonna say no, it didn't, but no, you're right. That's true. Rebirth was there. That's true. No, you're right. I'm not even trying to clown, Nick. I'm not even trying to clown. No, you're right. Rebirth was there. No, you're right. But yeah, I know. But like I said, like Sony fans didn't even buy Rebirth like that, right? Like they didn't even announce the sales numbers. So like not even Sony fans were buying it like that. Like I'm talking about like that. Nick, you know, man, you're a Sony fan. Like you know that big, that God of War, that Horizon. Like that, like, you know, that Spider-Man 2, you know, let's just say Ghost of Yotei launch, right? Like Ghost of Tsushima, like that. That's what I'm talking about. Like that major, oh my gosh, everybody's playing, everybody's buying, or big, you know, hype, like type of, everyone's buying this game. Like Nintendo has them, they have that, right? Like Nintendo didn't have that in 2024. Like they didn't have that in 2024. Microsoft like almost never has that, or it's Game Pass, so you don't know who's buying, who's staying, who bought a box of Pop-Tarts, and it came free, like, so it's hard with Microsoft. But like with Sony and Nintendo, you know those type of games like when you see them, right? And 2024, for Microsoft, or for Nintendo, they didn't have that. They had some good stuff, don't get me wrong, like, they had some good stuff that actually sold decently, like, Paper Mario probably sold 2 million units plus. What else did they have? They had other stuff that sold. Princess Peach, that sold 1 million plus. You know, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, that sold 1 million plus. Like, they had games. You know, they had stuff, but it was just like, They didn't have like the Tears of the Kingdom. They didn't even have like, I don't think they even have like a Pikmin 4 equivalent. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't even have something like that like in 2024. Like they had a bunch of good games, but I don't think they even had like a Pikmin 4 equivalent. Which Pikmin 4, that's like a 3 million plus seller, 4 million seller, somewhere in that. It's probably like somewhere in that range right now, right? Like they had some like I don't think 2024 even had that. Had a lot of good stuff in terms of new titles, brand new. I mean, they had Mario and Luigi Brothership, you know. They had Brothership, but you know that game was good, but it didn't rate like Pikmin at all. It didn't have that, so. I mean, Mario Party, Mario Party Jamboree, but we're like on the third Mario Party now, right? You know, so like, and it's like, you know, it's Mario Party. It's a, you know, the party, mini game collection, you know? So it's like, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's like one of my top games. But like, they didn't have like that, okay, Pikmin 4, that's that 88 plus rated. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, Game of the Year contention for some, you know, they didn't have that Mario Wonder. That you know, even like a Xenoblade 3, which might not sell, but like Xenoblade's like that's like a Game of the Year candidate, right? Like a big, massive, monolith soft game that pushes the system. Like they didn't have none of that in 2024. They had a lot of good stuff, like a lot of little things here and there to keep people busy, you know, but not that. Okay, here we go, right? And like Sony actually had that, like, oh my gosh, you know, monolith soft, like, you know, big game, like with Rebirth. But for Sony fans, that's not their equivalent. Their equivalent is like a God of War, right? Is like a Horizon, is like a Ghost, like a game that's going to sell like 10 mil, you know? Or sell like 8-9 mil off the cuff. So we didn't have that from Sony or Nintendo last year. Now, Sony definitely had like the exclusives in terms of like, okay, yeah, that 92, that Astrobot, absolutely. Nobody can deny that. In my top games of 2024, I had those. I had Astrobot and all those games really high, or I had them in my video. You know, they were all there, or I talked about them, or whatever the case is, right? Like they were. That's cool, but you know, once again, Rebirth, it's almost like it's like a fake because Rebirth is like it's going to PlayStation or it's going to Xbox and it's going to Nintendo Switch 2. It's going to Xbox, you know? So it's almost like, yeah, they had it, but it's kind of fake. It's kind of like, you know, Scooby-Doo when they pull off the mask. It ain't really like an exclusive. It's like, oh, we're just waiting a little. Oh, we just had to wait a little bit, you know? So that's the problem. That's the problem that I have, kind of like putting it like as for like a Sony thing. It's like, yeah, but it's going other platforms later, and you know. But like I get it for sure, you know. 2024 was basically Mario games for the Switch. Yeah, Mario vs. DK, 1000 Year Door, Paper Mario, Luigi Mansion 2, Mario and Luigi. Yeah, exactly. Triple X, exactly. So yeah. So it was an okay year, but it wasn't like, okay, here we go. You know what I'm saying? Like here we go, like all the way. So yeah. But like I said, it is what it is. You know, like it's not. Like I'm so happy that we're in 2025 because now we do have that big Sony game. We have that Ghost of Yotei. We have Ghost of Yotei coming out. We know for sure at least we got one of those games for this year from Sony and from one of their best developers, Sucker Punch. They almost never miss. They Sucker Punch you. You know what I'm saying? Sucker Punch is a great move in Pokemon. What is it? 80 and goes first if the person is attacking. Fantastic move, right? Sucker Punch, they don't miss. So like we got Sucker Punch with that. So at least we know that's coming. So that's good, you know? If you put Rebirth on Switch 2, it'll be Zelda levels of sales. I don't think so, mask on, mask off. I don't think it's going to sell Zelda level of sales, no. It's hard to sell Zelda level. What's up, WikiStacks? Switch these GTA 4 and up. I don't know if they're going to take the time to port all those, but maybe we'll see that. What's up, Cuts Lenovo? Love the avatar, by the way. Don't know why it seems that sense. System is very capable. Okay, yeah, I got you. What games is Sony releasing this year? Ghost of Yotei. We know Ghost of Yotei is coming. We know Ghost of Yotei is coming. We know Death Stranding 2 is coming this year. And then we know but is that a multi-plat now, or isn't that coming to everything now, or is it just I don't know what systems it's coming to. And Wolverine. Yeah, I don't think Wolverine's this year. But maybe we'll get our first look at Wolverine. So I think that this year, even if they don't launch all the games this year, we're gonna have some stuff that's like what I talked about, you know? So Sony's the publisher, so exclusive. Okay, so Sony's publishing Death Stranding 2 again. Okay, so there you go. The new Mario Kart is probably a launch title. It's probably a launch title. So yeah, it's probably a launch title. Red Dead Redemption 2 on Switch 2. You know what? I think that'd actually be pretty crazy to play Red Dead Redemption 2 anywhere that you want. Like, I think that'd be wild. I mean, I remember taking that game. I remember downloading it on my PS4, and it took like a year. Because like it was like 100 gigabytes or something, like 100 and something gigabytes. That game was nuts. And I stopped playing it. It was a bit too crusty for me. But, I mean, I'll probably check out the tech if they have it on Switch 2 running in portable mode. That'd be pretty wild. I guess, I don't know. How does it play on the Steam Deck? You know, people can show it on there. What would be your dream launch lineup for the Switch 2? I haven't thought about it. I'm going to put together a video, and maybe I'll have that video ready for you guys at some point. So, yeah. Even though Steam Deck runs it. That's true. Steam Deck does. I don't know. I've never seen it running on Steam Deck or how it looks or whatever the case is. But I just think that having an actual, like, real dedicated, you know, built for it and not, oh, it's like an accessory for the PC. And actually something like where they build the game for the Switch 2, you know? And the Insomniac Week, a Venom game was scheduled for 2025 fall. Oh, okay, that'd be pretty cool. I'm surprised Rockstar didn't do a single player port only of GTA 5 for the Switch. I think that alone could have sold 10 million or more. I don't think a port of GTA 5 would have sold 10 million on the Switch, but I think it could have sold, but maybe they decided against it. Red Dead Redemption 2 needs a PS5 patch. Yeah, it does. That's true. Since you followed me on the hype train on the original Switch, I wanted to ask, is it possible we get any significant news on Switch 2 before the Direct? Officially from Nintendo or from leaks? I mean, from leaks, yeah. But I don't know about from Nintendo. Probably not. Been interested in playing Ghost of Tsushima. Is it pretty good? Saw the new one coming. Yeah, I'd definitely say check out Ghost of Tsushima. It's a good game. It's definitely a good game. I'd check it out. So... Do GTA games ever come to Nintendo? The GTA trilogy came to Nintendo. Mask on, mask off. Plus, there was a GTA game called Chinatown Wars that was also on the Nintendo DS. There was also I think a port on the GBA of like the original games, or like the old, like the Dreamcast or like the PS1 game. Like, so yeah, they've came to Nintendo platforms before in the past. Yeah. What I've been clamoring for is a port of GTA Chinatown Wars. Speaking of Chinatown Wars for the Switch, man, they need to redo it, even better graphics. Even in the PSP port. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool, like a Chinatown Wars port. I think that'd be kind of cool. Mouse function, this could be very interesting for a new Mario Party game. Oh yeah, that's definitely figure drawing. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, GTA Advanced, there you go. Alright, take it easy, Dragon Gamer. Thanks for coming out to the stream. But I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to... Oh, snap. Nick93 with the gifted membership out of nowhere. RKO out of nowhere. Yo, thank you so much, Nick93. I did not expect that. 160 on the board. Let's go. Even further beyond. Hey, shout outs, guys. I appreciate that. Big love to everybody that came out to the stream tonight, man. Figure Drawing was gifted the membership. I appreciate that. We have went well over on time, guys. I actually went well above it. We were going to go to 3 hours. I went 3:20. I owe you guys some bonus streams, some bonus time, so I was like, all right, we'll go a bit over. We'll keep the conversation going, but my voice is about to go out because I've been blabbering for 3.5 hours now. So if I don't stop now, I'm gonna mess my own voice up for tomorrow. So shout outs to everybody that came out to tonight's stream, man. You guys were incredible. Love y'all so much. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. A lot of donos tonight. Oh snap! And the Juice Man Vaughn with the okay.
Need you
Hold up.
to make a must-buy accessories for Switch 2 inches the closer it gets to release.
Yo, shout outs to Juice Man Vaughn. Thank you so much. We'll make it a solid 330. How about that, guys? I'll make it a solid 330 because of that Juice Man Vaughn JOJO. The JOJO extended it by some more minutes. How about that? Juice Man, you can thank Juice Man Vaughn for that. And Nick93. Let's go. Thank you for the JOJO boys. 9 JOJOs. Almost at that flush 10. Let's go. Shout outs. Even further beyond. The JOJO boys. And of course, you guys know, once we You know, we got a JoJo. We got to do it this way. Let's go. Let's go. We'll go. So give me your best questions. Even if I've already answered them tonight, that's okay. Next 5 minutes, give me your actual questions you want me to answer, because I'm the big homie. I'm the big unk. Give me your questions that you want me to answer right now at this point for Nintendo Switch 2. Let's hear it. Christopher Lenton with the tune-in tier pledge. Hey, yo. Let's go, man. Thank you so much, Christopher Lenton. I appreciate that with that tune-in tier. Let's go. We are getting Mario Kart 9, Metroid Prime 4, Legends ZA, as well as some Switch 1 remaster ports for unannounced Switch 2 games. Yes, Party Man, we are definitely getting that, and it is going to be incredible. Michael says, what do you think shows up at Switch 1 Direct, maybe Prime 4 and ports? Yeah, I did a video about it yesterday, but yeah, Prime 4, ports, obviously Pokemon Legends ZA could be part of it as well. You know, Metroid or Fire Emblem 4 remake, just stuff like that, yeah. The Juice Man even gives us more juice. More juice. There's not juice in here, though. It's water. But you guys get the picture. Yo, figure drawing, let's go! Supplying the valuable items in the gifted membership. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Shout outs, guys. Gift Ninjas in the house. Nick93 and figure drawing. You know, you get a gift, you get a gift, you give a gift. You get a gift, you give a gift. I like that. You get a gift, you give a gift. Figure drawing. And Nick93. You guys are the gift ninjas. Thank you so much for the 1 gifts each. Anybody gifts 1 or more, you can get them from the board. Nick93, the big homie, big CA homie. And my man figure drawing. Let's go. Shout out to Juice Man Vaughn, dude. Thank you for the big JoJo. Let's go. What do you think the chances are that we get Wind Waker Twilight Princess supports? I think it's definitely possible at this next one. I can definitely see Nintendo saying, all right, guys, here's your Wind Waker. Here's your Twilight Princess. Absolutely. I can see them finally. Dude, that would win the... Think about that for a second. If Nintendo did a Direct and they finally did that, imagine how people would be like, oh, here, it's finally, the games have returned to the Nintendo Switch. So, yeah, man, like, people would love that. They would love that. I'm thinking that Fire Emblem for April. Ooh, Metroid Prime for May. What do you think? Yeah. Metro. Oh, Fire Emblem. Oh, dude, give me. Like, that's like a fly me to the moon. Give me. I want every bit of that Fire Emblem 4. Inject into the veins, baby. Give me it. I need it. I need Fire Emblem. It's been too long. Which, in me saying it's been 2 years. It hasn't really been too long, but it's been 2 years. And after 2 years of not getting a Fire Emblem fix, I start to get a little like, a little twitchy with no Fire Emblem. So I need something announced. Just give me something announced. I don't even need to play it this year. Give me something announced so I can do that. You know, give me something announced. Nick93 with another gifted membership to Clabby. Shout outs to Clabby. Let's go, man. Clabby94, you out here, brother. Let's go. Clabby, we got to reschedule the Donkey Kong thing. So hit me up when you want to reschedule that. Anytime next week is good for me. Anytime next week, Clabby, is good for me. And we can do that Donkey Kong giveaway and all that. So hit me up whenever you want. And I got you anytime next week. Just let me know. Anytime, but like no Mondays, no Fridays. Those would just not be good. But like Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Saturday. You can do Saturday if you want. Let me know anytime when we can do the Donkey Kong stream. Clabby, I got you, man. Thank you so much, Nick93, with another gifted membership. Becoming the top gift ninja with the 2 gifts for tonight. Taking the sole position of the board. Thank you so much, Nick93. I appreciate you, brother. Clabby getting that gift. Let's go. Let's go. Do you think that the Prime 2 and 3 ports are still likely? Yes. Bead Queen has a question as well. Bead Queen says, do you think that they will use an all red box for the Switch 2 games to differentiate the Switch, kind of like they made the Wii U game boxes blue? I definitely think that they're going to make the game boxes different so you can tell the differences between them. Absolutely. And I think that's definitely something that they should think about doing, because you just don't want someone to come in there and think, oh, I'm getting a Switch 1 and then I'm actually getting a Switch 2. Or I'm getting yeah, like I want a Switch 2, but I'm getting a Switch 1. You know, you don't want that. And vice versa, of course, right? Absolutely, that's definitely a smart thing if they did that. If you smell what Ninrock is cooking. I agree with RGT, too much Fire Emblem and Xenoblade Chronicles. I don't know how you troll for 3.5 hours. That is... I don't know how you keep up this pace for like the whole time. Like, I can understand, maybe you take breaks, maybe you go and do other things, but the fact that it's like you are consistent for like the whole time period is actually incredible. It's actually commendable. It's commendable for real. Like, it's like the whole time period. It's not like usually people do it for like a block segment, but it's like he'll do it for like the whole. I can be like stream like a 24-hour stream, and this dude will be like randomly popping in. Oh yeah, RGT said this, and I'm like, okay. Oh man, Saturday sounds good. If that works for you, might get more people on the weekend for the giveaways. Okay. Yeah, do you want to do it like next Saturday? Like we can set it up like next Saturday. Like this Saturday we probably won't be able to set it up in time to give people enough time, but like I think next Saturday would be perfect, you know? And if people haven't played it yet, maybe the people that have already played it, they can, you know, play it and not be spoiled by an old game. So yeah, I think that works. Remember the Switch painful launch video from Crobat? Is his most viewed video, and many used his video to say Switch had many defects, therefore a flop. Yeah, that's true, they did. They did. He'll probably make another one saying Switch 2 painful launch. He'll probably make another one. So yeah. So I love Fire Emblem, but never let us forget Shining Force. Yeah, well that's on, who's that, Sega or whatever to make that, or that's on whoever makes it to get that. So yeah, we shouldn't forget Shining Force. I agree, but they gotta make that. Sounds okay. So guys, next Saturday we have a big Donkey Kong stream with multiple giveaways of the game, and we're just gonna be playing it, and we're gonna have goals too. We're gonna have goals. I'm gonna be testing out my new goal format with the super chats and stuff like that. And with it's built into the chat now. So so YouTube built that in. So we're gonna be testing that out for extra gameplay time and all sorts of other stuff. And also I'm gonna be doing some giveaways. Well, Clabby provided some giveaways, but I'm also gonna be adding some of my own for giveaways as well. So I'm gonna be adding in eShop cards. I'm gonna be adding in, like, if we hit certain tiers, we will have giveaways and things like that. So that will be next Saturday, and I will have a next Saturday should be good. Let's tentatively put that just in case. I want to make sure that nothing happens on that day, Clabby. So tentatively put for Saturday. By Tuesday for sure. By Monday or Tuesday for sure. We can confirm it, and then I'll make like a post like on Wednesday, and I'll put like a community post as well. 3D Mario for this year. It's gonna be wild. I hope so. We'll see. 3D Mario would be good. I'd be down for a 3D Mario. Yeah, I know you're down for a 3D Mario. Everyone's always down for a 3D Mario. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's down for 3D Mario. Let's go. Oh man. Even SMG64 made a video saying how much Switch has so many defects by asking what Nintendo console has this much defects as Nintendo Switch. Y'all can't answer that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't watch those videos. I think I maybe watched I think I came across like a Twitter tweet with the video of the Crobat one, but I didn't watch the whole thing just because my Switch wasn't doing that. So, I mean, and listen, even if your Switch wasn't doing that, that doesn't mean that there isn't defects and all that. But if you want to know what system, did he say what Nintendo consoles have had this much defects and all that? There were some for sure, but we didn't have Twitter. You know, back then, like we didn't have Twitter and all that, and they didn't run off of software and online and all that. But I mean, Wii U bricked. You know, like Wii U, like if you disconnected during an update and all that, it literally bricked your system at the launch. You know, so that's, I guess, somewhat of a defect, right? So there was that, and there's been other things, but yeah, I get it. It switches in, it's a whole different era. How long until we get a new game from Xeno Team? It's very close, Kelvin. Watch my most recent video, my Monolith Soft watch my video on that, and I go over it. I actually talked about it on January 13th. So hit the notification bell and make sure you check out the vids, because I do vids on your favorite topics all the time. That's the Monolith Soft video. Check that video out. I talk about it because I think it's closer than you would expect or that you would think. So their Switch 2 is closer than expected. Fire Emblem this summer would make me so happy. Ooh, Fire Emblem summer, baby. If Saturday doesn't work, go ahead and pick the best time. No need to coordinate with me. I'm always here. Okay, I got you, Clabby. I got you. I'll do that for sure. Let's do it, man. I'm excited. I gotta go get Donkey Kong. Let's go get Donkey Kong and get the digital codes ready. And then I'll put together the layout for it and the notifications. So all of that will be set, ready to go. I've actually already started working on some of the notifications. I started up, since I lost my original file, I started up a new file that have notifications. So I actually already started working on some of them already. So we'll do that. Get all that situated and set. So we'll have that set for different super chats and for regular donos. And then we'll also have, like I said, goal-oriented with that. But then we'll also have giveaways that we're doing. We're doing multiple giveaways of Donkey Kong. I'll have other giveaways that I'll be doing as well. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a ton of fun. Can't wait. Let's see. Watch RGC's Switch 2 related vid saying, why is the internet mad at Switch 2 reveal? Same D, bro. The internet's mad. Everyone's mad at it. There you go. Nobody likes it. Everyone's mad. Oh man, don't mind the million likes on there. Don't mind the a million likes on the page. On the YouTube page. Don't mind that. Let's see here. See, I can't remember people paranoid with Switch screen scratched in the dock saying warp because of the dock. Good time. Oh yeah, those were good times for sure. Good times. Good times. But all right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for coming out to the stream. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being awesome. You guys are goated. Check out my most recent video talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 anti-scalper and direct update. So check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. It's a good video. It's going on 10K views. So if you haven't watched that video, check it out. Thank you guys that came out. Thank you to everybody that came out to the stream. We had a huge stream today. We went even further beyond. We went even further beyond. Crazy amount of JoJo's. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back tomorrow with more streaming, more awesomeness, more fun. And yeah, I can't wait to talk more about Switch 2 stuff. We're probably going to have new stuff to talk about tomorrow as well. So we'll do recaps. We'll go over the Switch 2 trailer again. We'll talk about Mario Kart. We'll do all sorts of stuff. It'll be fun, like always. Love you guys so much. Big love to all the Elite Ninjas here. Party Man, Clabby, all of you guys. Shout outs, Minato, Jakin. Thank you guys so much for your support. Nick93. Thank you guys. Also, big love, Christopher Lenton, Juice Man Vaughn, Justin. Huge love to Justin, Hokage, and Psycho Pie, Stream Ninja. Thank you guys so much. Charizard, Puchata, Justin once again, DeAndre, Psycho Pie, once again, shoutouts, Criosin Bomb, multiple donos, Simeon Coin, King Cagney, Zilla Times 2, Vito, Libido, Chris Super Christian Me World, Future Millionaire, as multiple future, just Future Millionaire, multiple Chris Super Christian Me Worlds, Mr. Donald Duck, Jakin, Justin once again, J2 Blue in the house, shoutouts to the Beast, Yoshi, Jacob Dressback, shoutouts to Jacob Dressback, getting snitched out by friends and Wolverine, Vadsent as well, big love to Vadsent, let's go, thank you for the big love, and yeah guys, thank you so much, appreciate it, shoutouts to Dank, shoutouts to everybody here, love y'all, and we'll see you guys for the tomorrow's stream. All right guys.